Terradome and Wolfie here today. Say hey to him, Wolfie.
Yo, Golden Domers, Wolfpack in the house. Let's go, baby.
Got a little to talk about. We're going to talk about some injuries, the preseason comments, critiques, concerns, and we're going to talk about some goats in the AFC West. Hold on.
Turn it up, Gino.
And good afternoon, everyone out there in the East Coast, West Coast, and all the ships at sea. That's how the guy used to say it back in the day. All the ships at sea, East Coast, West Coast, all the ships at sea.
Classic.
Terradome and Wolfie getting it in today. Pause. What's up, man? Holler at the folks.
Yo, guys, today is August 12th. We're in the preseason. We're in the thick of it right now. And there's a lot to actually cover, but at the same time, not. It's really kind of just a lot of a couple of things to get through. We got like a pack show, but at the same time, not. It's kind of weird like that, but it's going to be, I'm feeling good. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad we can have a conversation and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a good August 12th. I'd say it's pretty good.
It is a good August 12th. We are halfway through August, pretty much. 3 or more days, I guess. 31 days in August. I had to learn that thing. Did y'all learn about your knuckle? The knuckle trick for learning how many days in a month? Yeah, they don't do it.
Not. Absolutely not.
Well, you go you January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's how you knew which ones had 31 days and which ones didn't.
Oh, okay. All right. That's like some.
Like, you know, for that.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
just one of those math tricks, you know. I got you.
One of those old school fables we used to do coming up. You know, they don't do that anymore. It's more you just ask an app or you just learn them. However you got to do.
The one I got was like for an inch, your thumb or something like that. I think it was like the from the dent all the way to the tip. That's like an inch or whatever. I'm like, that wouldn't work though because like everyone has different size of thumbs.
Yeah, so everybody's got different.
I thought that was kind of stupid. I was like, everybody's got different size of thumbs.
Because if Michael Jordan goes around talking about that's an inch, well, guess what, Mike? You've been shortchanging yourself for years. But generally, I think that is about it. It's about an inch.
Yeah, so that seems like about an inch too.
Yeah,
the same thing. That's about
it's around an inch. It is. Wolfie, we got a plethora of injuries. Go figure. I think we had a short on that. I was talking about, are we buried on an ancient? Is Santa Clara on an ancient burial ground? Because we just can't get right. Everybody just always hurt.
They did something right in the 20. They did something right on the 23rd. The 23 season.
The 23 season
right there.
Yeah.
After that, though, we've had one good season being healthy. That's about it.
It was what happened here.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal, really. Like, just I don't understand. I really we talked about it briefly, or we talked about it extensively, I think, where it's just kind of like it's either we get a new training staff, still doesn't change anything. You hear Kyle say they do new things at practice, doesn't change anything. They take breaks from what we saw, it doesn't change anything. I don't. There's just nothing you can do about it. I just feel like you said, there's just some sort of like curse or something. Just the worst luck known to man.
We just can't get right. I mean, our players just not. Well, we can toss it around a little bit, man. It's the latest and greatest on San Francisco website. I think this is either Niners Wire. I'm a Niners Wire guy, or whatever means do I use here. Let me see. 49ers web zone. This is where I get most of my stuff. And it has an article by the great Bonilla. His name's David Bonilla, I think. And he says most notable news involved rookie wide receiver Jordan Watkins, who suffered a high ankle sprain during Saturday's preseason loss to the Denver Broncos. And, you know, ankle sprain is one thing, Wolfie. That's some ice, or what we call rice, rest, ice, compression, and elevation. But the high ankle sprain is almost like breaking your leg.
It's definitely, it's the second year before that.
Yeah, I had that my senior year of high school. I think it was John F. Kennedy High School. Engaged on a block. That's why they say you can't chop block anymore. I was engaged on a block, and the guy just came down. I know what it was, JFK. You knew who I was, and that was nasty. But he came down. It was man. You man. Oh, they pissed me. Oh, they were so sorry. You ever been playing that sorry team, and they're not even a rival. They were they hadn't won a game. They were like our homecoming. As a matter of fact, it was homecoming. They were our homecoming game, and they couldn't play. We had already scored, and then we come back. I'm on defense. I'm looking to pad the stats tonight, you know, to get me my all region, all metro, things of that. And this bum, you know, comes down on my leg while I'm engaged, man. And it is excruciating. But the deal is too, it was so hard to come back off of that, man. When your tibia and fibia, those two bones, when they have been bruised to the level of it going down into them, man, that high ankle sprain, they call it a high ankle sprain, but they need to call it damn near broke, because it's hard to get back off of that. And you know, I'm illuminating that point a bit, because if this is the case with Jordan Watkins, man, they're saying 4 weeks, dude. It could be significantly longer. I think 5 to 6, and it lingers. It lingers for a while. It's hard to stand on it, move on it, get flexion. What's that? Plantar and dorsiflex. You know how you press with your foot and how you raise your toes is really affected by that daggone thing, and that ain't good for our new minted wide receiver, because we got, you know, BA is he's not coming back until they're thinking October, week
6 then.
And Ricky P is, come on now, you know, I know y'all love Ricky P, but
I'm scared. I'm worried. I'm like, any moment hear something that's out of nowhere that he's hurt or something. Yeah.
Ricky P. Jacob Cowing tested well on Monday, is expected to return to practice Tuesday. But hey, Wolfie, you know, I'm counting receivers. You know, I'm counting receivers.
Yeah.
Do you you got some quick fix here? You know, the chat, y'all tell me what it is. You know, help me out. The numbers ain't it.
There's like, it's kind of like what I said earlier before, like you started talking, was just like there's nothing to do. They're like, I can't think of anything at this point that like someone said in the chat, like maybe, you know, eat more bread and get some fat on you for some cushion. You know what I mean? For the hitting, you know, something like that. Do something different. There has to be something that you could do to stop this, because like they're taking breaks, man. Like they're getting like days off and stuff, and yet they're still getting hurt. Like it, and you're like, well, maybe they shouldn't take the days off. And it's like, well, they did that last time and they end up getting hurt anyway. So it's just like there is no real answer here. But I will say this: you got to forgive that guy for hurting your ankle, man, for chop blocking, man. It's been years.
It was a chop block. It was illegal. It was a chop block. It was not. I'm not
I
going
feel the
to
animosity. I
taking
feel the
my
hate.
train of thought away. I had touched it, but we're ripping a scab there. That you better not ever hope I see him.
Dang, man.
Upton Stout, he's got a calf.
Yeah.
Unable to practice Monday as hoped. The team is being cautious and hopes he can return for Thursday's joint practice against the Raiders. Jacob Cowan's got a hamstring, tested well on Monday, is expected to return to practice Tuesday. Renardo Green, he's got a hamstring, not expected to return to practice this week, contrary to earlier hopes. See, that's hopes and wishes. Hopes is okay, but hey man, wish you'll find yourself in a wish situation. Yetur Gross-Matos, he has a knee. He's on the pup list, likely to miss another week. And I think we're just scratching the surface. It's some other ones out there with nicks and knacks, but my main concern, man, was the receiver room.
Yeah.
Very thin, very thin. We're back to where we were. Was it last year? Just looking around and saying, I wonder who's going to be number one, because Jawan Jennings is still out with a calf.
Cowing is supposed to be back, but Cowing is supposed to be back today, so that's a good sign. But who knows? He might get hurt today. I'm not saying knock on wood. Obviously, I don't want that to happen, but it's just I cannot count on anyone just being healthy throughout this entire situation, throughout this entire year. You just can't count on it. You got to brace yourself for it. You know it's going to happen after a game or after a couple practices, something like that's going to happen. But yeah, coming back to the wide receiver room real quick, Ricky Pearsall. Hopefully stays healthy. Hopefully he got his injury woes out of the way. It's he went through the whole process and things like that. But our wide receiver core right now, if the season were to start today, thankfully Cowing is back. You got Ricky Pearsall. Okay, that's good. But those are second-year players. And then after that, you got Gage. Then you got Chosen. You got Isaiah Hodgins. You got Junior Burgeon. It just kind of becomes this. It's just – it's like, what did Brock Purdy is going to be working with? Just like no real bona fide vet guy.
Yeah, that's the deal. That's the deal. Somebody, I mean, you can throw bodies at it, obviously, but I need bona fide timing and things to go to catapult us in to literal game one against the Seattle Seahawks, which, if my math is correct, is less than a month away. It's less than a month. And you need timing and rhythm for the offense. Defense, you can get by on. Defense, historically, is going to be ahead of the offense because, we're defensive guys. Just line me up, give me my assignment, and get out of the way. I hunt ball, see ball, I hit ball. It don't take much timing for that, but a 3-step, 5-step drop, 3-step in a hitch, 5 steps in a hitch, the little subtle, like putting our DAP together and stuff. The subtleties of the offense has got to be honed over a period of time, talked about, put in the concept, prototype, and then manufacturing. It takes some stuff here. It's not just drawing it in the dirt. Hey, go over there to the mailbox and run a route. It's a little different. So
it's that one-on-one connection. It's that one-on-one connection where it's like on defense, kind of like you said, where it's more of a trust that you're going to go after get the quarterback while I go cover a guy kind of type thing. While on offense, it's okay, I'm going to throw the ball and I expect the wide receiver to be there kind of type thing. It's really a connection thing when it comes to this situation, when it comes to wide receiver. And if Brock Purdy can't have that cohesion over a period of time, because that's a big deal. Like you can't just. It's not like Madden where you just put a wide receiver and all of a sudden the quarterback and the wide receiver are the same page. It's like the quarterback needs to understand the speed of the player, needs to understand the strengths of the wide receiver. Wide receiver needs to understand what the quarterback can do. Like it's just this whole understanding. And then Brock Purdy's constantly dealing with these guys where new dudes are just being implanted in. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if we go into the season, let's say Cowing or Pearsall gets hurt, Brock Purdy's going to throw a couple interceptions because either Brock Purdy's going to assume this wide receiver could do this, and he doesn't do it, or the wide receiver is going to run a wrong route, and that's just going to happen when you just implement things like that. When a position of cohesion like that, that's just going to happen. There's going to be mental mistakes like that, and that's my biggest fear heading into the season. Where I trust Brock Purdy to be able to put in the right spot, like to make it happen. It's just like those mental mistakes are going to happen, and it's not really going to be Brock Purdy's fault. It's not even really going to be the wide receiver's fault. It's just the fact that injuries are the cause of this kind of deficiency of connection. And it's going to cause a lot of problems, and I'm a little worried about that. I'm a little scared about that. It, like literally, like you said, it could happen to someone on defense.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, okay, someone could come in as long as they're good, could come, just rush past, put your ears back and do it. But wide receiver is like one of the biggest positions when it comes to cohesion.
Yeah, that's the one.
Can't put anybody in there.
Yes,
wide receiver, quarterback, O-line. Those are three positions of like dire cohesion of like periods of time of getting familiar with each other. So I'm genuinely worried, but I've heard good things about Russell Gage and Brock Purdy getting familiar with him. I've heard good things about Brock Purdy being getting cohesion with Chosen. So there's some good news, but it's not gonna be like Ayuk, Brock Purdy. It's not gonna be like Debo and Brock Purdy. It's not gonna be like stuff like that. But there's some good stuff coming out of it. But my expectation isn't 10 catches, 150 yards from one of these wide receivers.
And there it is. And speaking of cohesion, it is time to shout out the chat. We've had our opening soliloquy, 15 minutes into it. Let's get it started with the shout out to the chat. It's not early this morning, but we're going to pump it up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Coming in first. Right now, the first one to show up in here on Rise and Shine, it is Red Jet Shell in the building. Good morning, Red Jet Shell. Everybody, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. We got 49ers media in the building. Is that Anshu? Anshu is checking your boy out, man. Hey, Anshu, man, come on anytime, Anshu. I'm gonna throw it to you, man. Hit me up in the DMs. My show, your show, my show. Hey, let's check each other out, man. Crazy Juice is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy Juice out here doing the thing. He said, "Sup, everyone, sup." That, for whatever reason, that makes me a little hungry when you say sup, because I think sup. But anyway, 49ers throwback. Good morning, faithful. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, hit the thumb, hit the bell, hit the whistle, hit whatever they got in there. It's just click it. It's okay. Click it or ticket. That's what the cops say around there. My main man, Big Brick 84. I was sharing with him on another chat, man. My roommate was named Brick in college. Troy Folks, that mug could bench press a house. And then I got a little bigger and he got a little bigger. Then they call him Cinder Block and then call me Brick. So, hey, it all goes. And I found out he played Mike in college as well. Hey, it's a code here, Big Brick. It's a code. Welcome to the Terror Dome. You get it, man. You know the deal. We got Weta Maragatis. Good to see you. That's a new one. Good to see you this morning.
Forward, yeah, for sure.
Yes, Miss Tanisha. Hey, Tanisha, I got a bone to pick. with Miss Tanisha. You didn't mention it was your birthday until the end of our Dwight Clark Day. Ladies and gentlemen, give a happy belated birthday to Miss Tanisha in the building. Miss Tanisha, don't do that anymore. We went, how long did we go, Wolf? It was 2 hours and
2.5 hours. And she did like that. You were doing the outro and everything.
I'm doing it's my birthday. Don't do that anymore. Everybody who has a birthday in August, shout out right now. Please get this before the end of the intro. David Corona in the building. David Corona, who you always want on vacations at the beach. Everybody likes a Corona. Anyway, and they didn't even pay me for that one. Good to see you. He says, "What up, everyone?" David Corona in the building. Who else we got here? Engaging targets as they appear. Miss Tanisha, the Niners need to figure out how to make their way back to Candlestick. Tanisha coming with the birthday facts. Yes, get back to Canada, man. Let's go back to the city. There's a bad aura on Levi Stadium. It kind of is. My man, CFO, Rockefeller Records, Collie Young, man, day one, A1 down. What's up, my man? How you doing today? He says, what up? What it do, faithful? What it do out this jump? What it do? Who else I got? We got Big Ray D. Jay Malone is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Malone. NGL. I ain't up on all my stuff here. I'm kind of glad we brought Tanner Mordecai back. I am too, because that Gus Bradley's son,
Chris Carter Bradley,
sucked. He was horrible.
Garbo. He was a bum.
Whoa, he was
a bum.
Whoa. Whoa! Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about the preseason game. We're gonna talk about the preseason game. ACL guys, week 6. Yeah, that's respecting them back. Let me see. Val B is in the building. Hey, Val B. She says, "Go Niners." I like this line too, Val B. Rob D in the building. Rob D in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We should have signed Kay Allen. Nah. He would be hurt. He'd be hurt by now too.
Yeah.
He said on second thought, nah, he would have just added to the misery. Engaging time. We got Anthony Manzano is in the building. Anthony Manzano. That sounds Italian. Wolfie, he's got this one for you. Go ahead and read what he said here.
Wolfie, do you guys think, because of player safety and limiting how many physical padded practices you can have either during training camp or season, it's actually caused more injuries? Well, that's the thing. Like we've tried that before. It's kind of what I said earlier, where it's like we've tried that in 24 or 2022, whatever it is, where you do. They did. I think they did a lot of padded practices. They went aggressive one year where they had like this whole this hill thing they had to climb, and there's a lot of injuries. Then there's nothing.
We just hurt. We just hurt.
I'm out of excuses. I'm out of reasons.
Shout out to the lovely Miss Violet. How's everyone doing? She says, yeah, we just ain't got to do. We just be hurting. We be hurting for certain. It's certain that the 49ers will be hurting. I don't know what it is. And last but not least, right now, my man, Papa J has entered the building. He is
host.
Papa J, good to see you today. And I'm just going to bring the music to a close on the back on the subtle. Boom.
I wish I had a better answer for that. I really wish, I could agree with that. Like, yeah, maybe more padded practices and things of that nature, but I've talked about it for the past 6 years already, 5 years already, where it's just like, we should do this, and then you hear about them doing it, and then they do it. It's like, I wish I had a better answer for him, and I wish I had a better answer in general. There's just, I can't think of anything at all. I can't. Like you said, burial ground, man, burial ground.
It's something. And I know other, teams are going through things. I hear about injuries on other organizations, but ours is
Lions pretty bad.
What is this? Every year.
It's like
every year.
Well, the thing is, some players they're having injuries where they're severe, which is we haven't had a severe injury yet, which is good.
Knock wood for Michael.
Right, knock on wood for sure. After I say that, but it's those nicks and knacks that are just becoming okay, 1 month, okay, they're out for a month. So they're not going to be there for the first game. So that cohesion's it's going to be harder to get, obtain. And then they'll play for a couple weeks and then they'll be out for another month. So it's almost as if just one big injury. It's just, and it's not just to 1 or 2 players. With other teams, it's 19, 20, 22 players getting these nick and knacks all at the same time. So it'll be like 19 players for 1 month. The one that month's over, it's a set of other 19 players that get hurt. It's just there's no consistency of just like the entire team being healthy and like one or two guys getting hurt. It's just this abundance of everyone just getting hurt for a month, every single month. And it's just like, for once, can we just get some consistency? And I brought it up before. Like, I don't know if you brought it up, but like, I just swore it was you, but it could have been someone else. Where we had, it was August, I don't know why I keep saying August 23rd, but in the 2023 season, we had the 29th least injured team. And that trainer went to the Falcons for last night.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about this, but we need to get that guy back. We need to figure out what he did, like, interview him, see what's going on. Because outside of that, the whatever seasons we had with Kyle Shanahan, it's just been constant. It's just been constant.
We'd be Indian givers then.
That's a classic.
Remember they used to say that? Oh, it's not political. I don't think I'm supposed to say that anymore, but it used to be. Don't be an Indian giver. No offense.
Back to me, for sure.
The comments expressed by Terradome do not necessarily reflect those of the network.
And it kind of comes back to like what can't remember who it was Tanisha that said the Levi Stadium thing, candlestick thing. It could be a Levi Stadium curse. It could be a curse of the Levi Stadium. I mean, because to be honest, man, ever since we got in that stadium, like I don't feel like that stadium, like it's ours. Like obviously it's ours and stuff, but I don't feel it's not as powerful as Candlestick was. Like this one feels.
It doesn't have the mystique.
Yeah,
the mystique of Candlestick was different. It was a man. It was different. Had you ever you been to Candlestick?
No, I have not.
It was in the hood, man. It was. You might see a dog chained up, a pit bull chained up. In a grass. It was a yard with no grass, and it was all dirt, you know. And you roll up, man, and you had to take the trolley to get there, and it was downtown, and they be tailgating, and you might can buy a muff. It was like a swap meet going on, and some essays over here. You knew not to mess with them essays. As Dr. Dre said, I'm cool with essays who keep AKs in cases. And then it was the brothers out there, man. They just like, yeah. Even if we don't beat them on the field, we're gonna beat them. We're gonna beat them in these stadiums. You felt a toughness with the stick, and then we get cold at night, man. When that sun go down and that bay breeze comes off that water, boy, it warm, and it wasn't the greatest amenities stadium, you know. It wasn't made for the cheese and wine crowd. It was made for tough people, because the perception of San Francisco, California, to a lot of people outside of San Francisco is, oh man, it's a bunch of soft folks, you know. It's they lightning loafers or something like that. Dude, it's a 49er game at the stick. It was, you will get shot in San Francisco, as Ricky P.
I don't know if that's a good thing. No, I don't know if we're talking about something good here. Now we're talking about the Raiders Stadium, it seems like.
Yeah. Oh, and the Black Hole is something different. I never went to a game at the Black Hole, who we're gonna be playing today. But it's like taking the Oakland Raiders and moving them to Vegas. It's a little, you know, it's not the same. And I miss the stick, man. Shout out to the stick. I do really miss it.
So speaking of one of the signs of going through the ghetto, one of them is if you see multiple houses with a blue tarp over cars.
There it is. Yes.
There's one of those. There's like a ghetto swing set in the backyard of one of those.
It's definite signs that we're in a authentic neighborhood. That's how the realtor builds it up. Oh, it's very rustic, or no, it's in an urban area.
Well, the oil spots. There's a lot of oil spots on the road.
Yeah,
that's
the grass. the grass need cutting, and don't even worry about the grass. Just
Like they don't match houses.
You know.
Yeah, they don't like
Yeah.
houses don't match. Like, oh shit, I know what I meant. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I grew up in the ghetto, so yeah, I know the.
The telltale signs.
Yeah,
I did too. Times aren't always
certain
great
streets
for the
go
Terra
down.
family.
Yeah.
Hey, I had plenty of friends, and I know if you can walk through and see some tennis shoes hanging on the wire,
Classic, yeah, classic.
yeah, yeah,
That's a
and not
classic.
putting anybody down, but it's just it's certain places, actually that is, if you must know, back in the day that you can get marijuana products anywhere now in distilleries. Imagine that. But when you saw those shoes up on the wire, that's the place to buy your weed. Somewhere around there was where the weed was being sold.
There's a drug dealer nearby. For sure, yeah.
That's why those shoes were up on the wire.
Or if there's like missing street signs, sometimes that for some reason stealing street signs, or if you see
or turn street signs. So if the cops ever chase you, they confused. He's running on 5th. No, he's on 6th. He's on what? Yeah, that's.
And also on the stop signs too, like you'll see their gang sign on the stop sign.
Graffiti.
Whatever, like that.
Yes, graffiti. Yeah. Definite sign of we're in an urban environment.
Hey, I'm not trying to snitch on myself here, but one time, I don't know if you guys figured out my last name's Wolf with an E at the end. There was a street with a Wolf E at the end. Let's just say we had a street sign in our house. Let's just say it was nice. We liked it.
Let's just say
you can't come get me because I didn't take it. It wasn't me that took it.
It was donated.
It was donated. It was nice.
Yes, it was a great community gift. Excellent stocking stuffer.
I've heard it was on the floor, and they did, we didn't know where it went. All right, so we just was like, okay, we'll make sure we'll take care of this product. We'll take care of this sign until someone comes and gets it. Until someone's looking for it, we'll give it back to them. So.
Yes, Kylie Young, he's Terradome. Go to Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. I've been up there. We went through the boogie down, man, because I went to 1520 Sedgwick, which is up there, up in the Bronx, and then the stop. We took the subway. Me and D, we went straight hood in New York. We stayed in Midtown, near Radio City Music Hall. But I wanted to see everything New York, so we went to the Bronx, Brooklyn, and we took the train. We took we was in there doing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And yes, you are 100% correct, Kylie Young. Yankee Stadium is the hood. It is up there. Yeah. See guys outside working on cars and a bench outside. Yeah, that's a telltale sign too. Just hanging around with apparently nothing to do in the middle of the day. Yeah, that's good stuff. And Bronx, no doubt. Cars parked on lawn. Yeah, that gives you those trash cans. Yes.
Different colored trash cans. They're not, I'm not talking like the recycled ones and stuff like that. I'm talking like there'll be like a pink one, and there'll be like a blue one, and then there'll be like a red one. Like it's like I don't know how the hell did they get those colors?
Yeah.
I'm not talking like the green recycled codes, but I'm talking like pink, something obscure purple.
Large equipment outside, large appliances outside for several days. Yeah, we getting there. Okay. Yeah, they definitely
we're ghetto. We know that. All right, cool.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about the homeowners association coming and saying, "Oh, you'll have to move that," or "You that's a bit of an eyesore. You got to come and do that." Man, yeah, I done got bougie now, man. They done, we got homeowners and if you don't have the trash can in the right place, Wolfie, or you take the trash can out early, they come and say, "That's actually a day early. I say I'm going on
Yeah.
vacation. Well, we don't do that now. You'll have to have somebody come and move it. Oh
Yeah.
man.
There's no
Oh,
leeway with how HOA at all. There's no leeway.
HOA, man.
You have to do everything
HOA,
right away.
man.
It's so crazy. When I first heard about it, I was like, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Every
And
house has
you
to look the same. The lawn has
and
to
then
look
you
the
gotta pay
same.
them every year.
And you got to pay them for the audits that you get. It's crazy, dude.
Who are these people?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So like growing up, we're ghetto. We're ghetto. We
Yeah.
know the signs. We got it. We got it.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say when I moved out of the ghetto, one of the things I was super happy, like not just moving out in general was nice, but like the one thing that I appreciate is no more loud music after 10. Like,
Yeah.
there's always loud music. Something's crazy going on. Someone's screaming about something. Someone's fighting with
Yeah.
somebody,
Fight.
banging on doors. There's fights and stuff, and like
Yeah.
you know now that doesn't happen because I live in a nicer place, a nicer spot. But like, yeah, that's one thing I'm very thankful for. Don't have to worry
Yeah.
about.
No, noise abatement isn't regulated in the hood.
Yeah.
You might hear at any time, man, somebody got bass in their car, just boom,
Oh my
boom,
god,
boom,
dude.
boom. And then
Drives me
and then
nuts.
somebody get mad. They want to show that they got a louder system. So now we're into a bass
This loud battle, type thing.
boom, boom. Yeah.
Once a year, another one. Once a year, you can count on some sort of like crackhead or druggie to like either knock on your door or walk into your house. That was one that happened to me. I'll never forget. Like me as a family, we were sitting there and we're sitting there watching. I don't know. It was like some sort of cartoon. My dad was getting high off weed and stuff. And we're sitting there watching a cartoon. And this drunk lady just walks in. What do you fucking people do to my house? And she's like, whoa, lady, this is our place. And she was like, we had to throw her out, man, because she was so just like adamant, like this is my place. Like, no, it's not.
She was
We've been here for a
confused.
while.
She was confused, man. She just went to the wrong in a crack stupor. Chain link fences and not white picket fences. Yes,
Yes,
definitely chain. You need some chain around there.
for sure.
Whoopee
That's-
screaming and music. You must have lived with my family. Yeah, Papa J.
Yeah.
We're all united, Papa J, here in the
Well, I'm
world.
not saying my family wasn't, wasn't one of those people that was screaming like every now and again, or like my brother would blare his music super loud. Like I'm not saying like we weren't doing that, but not me because I hated it. I like peace and quiet. I was a peace and quiet person, but yeah. So don't worry. We're not innocent either.
Yeah, that you'll see under 5 years old running around. That's a Dave Chappelle skit.
Yeah.
He
There's always somebody.
said, liquor
like,
store, liquor
running
store.
out of
Hey, I'm in
diapers,
the hood. Liquor store, gun store, liquor store. And then I saw a baby outside selling weed.
That is true. There's always somebody that like there's always some kid with diapers running around. It's true, dude.
Where that thing at, hey, God bless it. but that's where that's what Candlestick was. Candlestick was in the hood. You can walk up on it, man, and it was just a mystique rolling up. My first time there was, I want to say 2013, 2011, maybe 2011. It was at Harbaugh days. It was Harbaugh's first or second year, and it just walking up to it, man. It had just been so many games there, so many championships, so many, going way back, the catch and everything as you're just walking up to it. And shout out Red Jet Shell, man. Red Jet Shell takes these wonderful pictures, and she really captures San Francisco with her pictures. So check out her website, check out her YouTube, man. She does these great collages, but it's just so much mystique when you're walking up and those clouds were ominous, and you can imagine how other teams felt coming in this mecca of greatness and showing up and knowing, hey, you probably gonna walk away with an L. uh dealing with from the 80s, from 81 to 83, 84, 86, 7, 88, and 89. It was just a tougher place to play. And I know, uh for amenity sakes and appearance sakes, you want the Wi-Fi and the good seats and the whole experience. They selling sushi over there at Levi. Levi's is cool, man, and some other really great stadiums all around. But for the mystique, I missed the stick. It was different.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I got on the agenda here, we could talk a little bit about the preseason game, dog. Yes, the San Francisco 49ers were not victorious against the Denver Broncos. Shocking, shocked. I'm shocked. There's gambling at this establishment. I like to break things down to three categories, Wolfie. Affirmed, surprised, and disappointed. Give me some things that you saw in the game where it pretty much affirmed. I knew that was that, or I'd been hearing that was that, and I'm affirmed. that it is what I've been hearing.
Advertised. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say I know Sebastian Valdez from Larry Krueger. That's definitely one that's been affirmed. I would say almost surprised. So I'm kind of cheating here by moving over.
Yeah, you can get into.
I would say that's both. There's affirmed and surprised because he was the only person talking about Sebastian Valdez. Nobody else was. So shout out to Larry Krueger for nailing that one. But as for the hype and stuff like that, I mean, who lived up to the hype was probably Corey Kiner. Was probably affirmed. I believed in Corey Kiner. You heard about Corey Kiner.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like Corey Kiner had like amazing runs or anything, but you can tell he did a good job of reading holes. He did a good job of one cut, making the right reads and stuff. Didn't get very far, but you see the potential there. And you're like, okay, more reps, more familiarity with this team. He's gonna flourish and get a lot better. So it's kind of like you're affirmed with the spell that the 49ers have, where if you draft a guy, then you get the undrafted dude. That's been affirmed with Corey Kiner, I would say. Then who else? I would say it's honestly it. There's not really many players like some would say Jordan Watkins, but I thought he had that one deep catch, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, it wasn't like much.
All the rookies started showing up, and you saw why Kyle doesn't trust rookies too much. He was rookieing a little bit. I think he caused a penalty once, and then he lined up wrong, and then and then during the interception, he kind of ran the wrong route, or he didn't break it.
Yeah, you could tell that was a terrible comeback route. It was it was terrible. So I would say there's really only one player that kind of lived up to the hype of what you heard in training camp. And it's not to say that because I'm trying to save it for surprise and disappointment. There was surprise and then there was disappointment. But I would say who lived up to that hype was honestly just Corey Kiner and maybe Mac Jones. I would say Mac Jones was who I thought he was. He didn't like that interception wasn't his fault. Like, I don't think that interception was his fault with the Jordan Watkins thing. And I thought he played good, not great or elite or anything like that. I think he played up to what I thought he was going to do. So I'd say Mac Jones, Corey Kiner, who else? CJ West. I think he lived up to what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah. Which is good. I'm not dogging CJ. It was good. I had heard things about CJ West, seen some clips on CJ West. He lived up to it. He was putting something on him. I like what I saw with him.
So I would say, and it's kind of boring, but that's my only affirmed one. And there are some people are bringing up some players I'm going to bring up with surprise and disappointment, but it's I would say that's really honestly that's kind of a boring answer because you kind of expected more for how some of these players played where you're like, okay, you should mention more. But we're talking about like what I expected, and I would say that what based on hype, I would say only those players, Corey Kiner and Mac
CJ
Jones,
West.
probably, and CJ
Oh,
West. Those three players, I would say,
Yeah.
probably lived up to what I expected them to do.
which was a pretty decent standard, and they did.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I like CJ West a lot, man.
I do too.
I think he's going to be great.
I absolutely adore him. Surprise for me, Mr. Chase Lucas.
Great answer.
Where'd that one come from, buddy? Y'all been
I was not expecting that at all. That's what I wanted to say. I said that was
a surprise. He was all over the field. As a matter of fact, I'm taking a little line from my man Mike Andrews, who I'm on with some. I was on his Patreon watching the game. He calls him Visa because he was everywhere you wanted to be. We might have to
all over the place.
Do some finagling and get Mr. Chase Lucas on the field more. I really like. He was quick. He caused the safety, right?
Safety, yeah.
And he got a pick and a couple of tackles. I like what I saw out there. Yeah, let's get Mr. Chase Lucas a little bit.
He had like a nice blitz before that too. That was a sack. So he had a sack prior to that safety play too as well. Like I was like, where? And then he had nice coverages. He had that one batted ball, which was nice. The deep ball. Like they were targeting Chase Lucas a lot, and it just was not working. And it was like, okay, all right, you might I think you might actually make the team. I wasn't expecting you to make the team, but you're probably going to make the team.
Yeah.
If you play like that next 2 games, man.
The kind of stuff we want around here. We want that around here, young man.
That was a huge surprise.
Surprised. I'm sorry.
There was many surprises.
It wasn't too much. I'll do some kind of surprise to disappointment. A little bit on our what do we pick him in on the draft? What's my linebacker at?
Nick Martin. That's a disappointment.
Nick Martin.
I was going to bring that up for Nick for disappointment.
He was quick. He'd make a play, and he was moving pretty quick. I don't like that number 45 on him. That looks so nasty.
I like it. I actually don't think that's bad. I actually like it. I legit like number 45. Believe it or not, I know that's shocking, but it's supposed to be like a backup number or someone who doesn't make a team number. I get it, but I like it.
Yeah, we got to change that, Nick. Nick the quick. Make a play, and then he would come back and be like, get shook out of his draws. And I kind of can understand it, being known for, you got the pressure of pretty much you supposed to be Greenlaw now, so you got to be physical, you got to make big hits, and being a hitter on defense, it's kind of like being a home run hitter. You swing really, really hard. And what I mean, if I can correlate that between the two things of a defender and a home run hitter, you got to stay under control when you're tackling. You got to make sound tackles. Eyes to thighs, squeeze the knees, and run for 3 steps through the man. But I think he was putting that pressure. I got to make a big hit. And when you're not under control, this the NFL, son. They got quick moves on you and give you that little shimmy. Hey, it's you're looking bad out here. And I think that kind of played into it. There was one play in particular where the running back bounces it outside, and he was ready for the field. He was coming in the field, but that running back saw him coming down and bounced it outside. They put it on his jacket. He missed. He's slow. He can't catch that running back. But really, that was on the force defender. That was on that cornerback to cut that off and force it back to him. And he was trying to make an extraordinary play and chase him down a la Lawrence Taylor. But again, it's the NFL. The guys are a little bit faster than you saw at what was that, Oklahoma State or something like that. He was an Oklahoma State guy.
Yeah, I think it's Oklahoma State. Yeah,
these guys are quicker here, but you're gonna have to play under control. So that was kind of surprising and leaning towards disappointment. I could see why people's, oh man, I don't know if this guy's gonna make it.
Yeah. I would say I agree with all those. Chase Lucas was a huge surprise. Like, I was probably the biggest surprise of them all. And I heard Marquise Siegel's good, but that dude surprised me. He deserves to be in the surprise category. Marquise Siegel was amazing. Yeah, he had like one or two missed tackles or whatever, but for the most part, he was making the tackles. He was around the ball 24/7. Marquise Siegel is going to be good. That you could just, I know it's just preseason, but the instincts on this guy and the speed and the decision making, the instincts are there. It's incredible. I actually really do love this Marquise Siegel guy. What an absolute steal in the 5th round, I think, because you could tell right off the bat that this guy is going to be great. This guy is going to be a good starter. He's going to be the starter for this team at some point. Maybe a free safety because he has that speed. He could do that and then take over.
We do need the free. I got Richie Grant down here, but he's more of a box or a inline or free safety. Oh, I'm sorry, strong safety. Grant is. Siegel would be your guy to be free safety.
Yeah, Pinnock right now has that job at free safety. You know, I've heard Pinnock's doing a good job at free safety, so that's good. But I think Siegel will probably be our future free safety. Mustafa will be our strong safety in the future. But yeah, Siegel was probably my second, probably the second best player, my second star, I would say, for that game. Lucas being number one, of course. My surprising one as well was Sebastian Valdez. That one deserves to be talked about. He was phenomenal for the reps that he had. He deserves a lot of credit for what he did. He got a couple tackles for a loss. He broke through the line. I mean, Larry Krueger nailed it on that one, even though Larry Krueger kind of talks great about every undrafted guy, but like he nailed one guy. Give credit where credit's due. He nailed one.
Larry be knowing. Larry used to scout. Larry used to scout up Canadian League. He knows a ball player when he sees it.
I was surprised, but not like at the same time of Junior Burgeon when someone brought up how about our punt returner, Junior Burgeon. I was expecting
he had a good one. He had a pretty nice
good run.
He had a good punt return.
Yeah. So I'd say I was surprised because I was expecting someone who wasn't ready, and it looks like he might be actually ready to return these kicks. He certainly got better from what was it? Mandatory minicamp to now, because mandatory minicamp he was dropping balls, not playing very good, and he got better. So that's a good sign that he
good. Good. He's on an upward trend.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I would say I'm pretty happy about. I'll say those are my surprises for sure. Shout out to Flowers. I thought Flowers actually played pretty good.
Tatum Bethune did very well, man. He had the green dot on his head. He act like he's a disciple of one Fred, the All-Pro Warner. He made the calls. He was sideline to sideline. He filled the holes, man. He and got back on coverage. That's all I can ask. And you got to have a poise about yourself playing the middle. You got to have poise about yourself, and he had that in spades. He had a very, very nice game.
It was for a game that was 30-9. There was because you don't pay attention to score, you pay attention to the players.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah,
and there was so many surprises for these rookies, these young players, second-year players, where I'm like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. Like I'm just like I didn't expect this from Marquise Siegel. I wasn't expecting this from Chase Lucas. I wasn't expecting this from Sebastian Valdez. Like there was just so much surprise from players that like I expected maybe Clea Davis to take a jump or whatever, which he did. So I guess that's kind of like he lived up to
finally because he's been hurt. How long? Let's be real. How long Clea Davis been here?
It's been a few years. He's been around for a while.
3 years, 2 years. We've been hearing about this. He's starting to get like the Loch Ness Monster or Sasquatch. I keep hearing Clea Davis. And finally I saw him out there consistent, didn't get hurt. Wow, okay, Clea Davis. Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, and it's not to jump to the disappointing part, but is it fair to say Jordan Watkins was kind of disappointing? Like I'm not saying like because he didn't. Okay, for a rookie who was a 4th round pick, he didn't play bad, but based on what I heard and stuff like that, I was expecting a little more. Like I don't know why that's unfair almost, but just based on the hype, like So you could say like he lived up to what he was supposed to do as a fourth
Yeah,
rounder.
that's
having just
I,
one
I,
nice
I
catch.
had him in the
But I was
I
a
had
little
him in the
disappointed.
firm surprise. He can kind of touch all three, Wolfie. He can
Yeah.
kind of touch all three. He had the big play, the one that got us down into the red zone. And then he came back, made a couple mistakes, which you give forbearance on that because he's a rookie. You know, they don't know where the daggone restrooms are sometimes, and you know
Yeah, yeah,
they
for
gonna just
sure.
mess up on stuff. But it was, I guess it was a little bit disappointing because you were hoping to see a little bit more polish. But I have to allot for, you know, uh, he was out there not just with Mac Jones, but the other
Carter
quarterbacks
Bradley. Yeah,
who
Carter
were
Bradley.
definitely
I was just about to. I was
in
just
the
about to say that. Yeah.
disappointment as we segue into disappointment. Good Lord. The quarterbacks, boy, Brock and Mac Jones better stay up because I don't think Gus is gonna make it, man. Gus Bradley's kid.
Yeah.
I don't think he's.
Well, I mean, it might depend. Like if Gus Bradley was like, "Okay, I'll be your assistant defensive coordinator, but you got to sign my kid. He's got to be the third string quarterback." Like some sort of stupid.
There
agreement
was
like
some
that.
deal.
Yeah, there was some deal like that.
Something was made here.
I that's what I wanted to say was like maybe we would have seen a lot better from Jordan Watkins if these wide receivers actually had a fair chance with a better quarterback or a quarterback that could actually deliver the ball on an average level. This guy was not making right decisions. He couldn't handle the pressure. He threw terrible balls. One to Tungus that was terrible, where he rolled out and like it was a wide open Tungus, like he was wide open.
Like, where are you throwing that to?
Yeah, so it's just not. It's not like that's why like the Watkins thing is so confusing because the quarterbacks were so bad after Mac Jones. The Watkins didn't really get a fair shot with these trash quarterbacks. Tungus didn't get a fair shot with these trash quarterbacks. All these players that are ball catchers didn't get a fair shot to really show what they can do because these quarterbacks didn't know what to do. So it's kind of like you feel bad for Jordan Watkins because I feel like he could have showed more if he had a better quarterback. Same thing with Tungus if he had a better quarterback.
And that's why, and that led me to kind of hitting all three because as Jim Harbaugh once said, you know, the only people who don't depend on anyone else as a group on the offense is the offensive line. The receivers depend on the quarterback depends on their protection. The running back depends on the holes being open. Offensive line, I'm sorry, Mr. Burford.
He got obliterated, dude.
You get to go back to being a guard.
Yeah.
Benito was either Benito is it Bettino? Bettino is either all pro or a Spencer Burford. You got
He's a good pass rusher.
You coming back to the guard position. He was by him so quick.
I know, dude.
I said, this is bad. Hurry up. If it was a fight, we would have stopped it. Because every time
he had one good rep. He had one good rep against Benito where he got him on the ground. But outside of that, for the most part, like if there was like a boxing match, Burford lost 110%.
Yeah, he lost on rounds and the KO. Burford can't play left tackle, period. Yeah, that was kind of scary. And that if that's supposed to be our swing, dude, we better start swinging another way.
I've heard Diller's doing good, so hopefully Diller can come in and take that job from him because that was
maybe so. Did Burford play last year to replace Trent Williams?
He played towards the end of the season, but apparently people said he played good. People keep raving like he's a better left tackle than he is a guard. People keep saying that. But I think he's a better right tackle than a left tackle. So he played right tackle, and he played good. But I don't remember him playing left tackle and him being good.
I don't. That was that's the one that signed. We had one go and sign somewhere else.
That was Austin Pleasance.
No, our guy from last year who
Moore played left tackle.
Moore did that. Okay.
Yeah, he played left tackle.
I thought so. I thought
I
so.
think Burford played left guard last year, and he was better
Okay.
at left side, left guard and right tackle. He's better at, but right
Okay.
guard and left tackle he's not good at.
Yeah.
I would say, but yeah, that offensive line was, I would say, the disappointing, costly on the O line. People want to say Austin Pleasant was bad, but I don't think he played that bad. Zakel was trash.
He
Zakelj
left. Zakelj was in Mac Jones's lap on the big play, on the play to Watkins. So that almost didn't happen because that guy put him on roller skates. Yeah, it was Banks left as a guard, but somebody left to play tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the
That
one I'm
was
talking about there, Callie. And that's more.
Banks was the Packers.
Yeah.
And he did terrible with the Packers. Right now, he is not there. I saw a video of someone talking about this offensive line is trash. I was like, yeah, you got Aaron Banks.
Yeah, you signed Banks.
You got Banks. That's what's gonna happen.
Thank you. I feel like a used car salesman. Hey, go ahead, take that.
Yeah, I would say that the O line I was not impressed with. I think the O line's absolute trash. It's just not good. Like there's players that would be good backups that showed potential to be good backup stuff, but like I was not impressed with anything. Hennessy, I heard nothing bad about Hennessy, so that's a shout out to him playing center. I heard he played pretty good. Pleasance did not play bad, I don't think. Who else should I give a shout out to on offensive line? Because the rest of it, I think, was just garbage. I think it was just those two players that played relatively good. Because Burford didn't play good.
Let's see. Pleasance. Did they play any Zach Johnson?
Zach Johnson, I think, got released. I think Prince didn't play that bad.
Isaiah Prince. That's my guy. I'm hoping he's, well, he didn't make the disappointed list. So I guess he's kind of affirmed for me.
Yeah,
Prince. Yeah, just don't make bad plays. If you can't make great plays, don't make bad plays. That's what I need.
Yeah.
That's what I need. Yeah.
If you're not on that bad, if you're not on the bad list, you're pretty much on the good list. Like when it comes to offensive line, Isaiah Prince was surprising for me, especially since he just came in. So hopefully he could build off that and get better. Shout out to Connor Colby, by the way. Apparently, from statistics, from what I saw, on 21 passing plays, he allowed 0 sacks, 0 pressures, and 0 QB hits, all that. He was perfect on passing plays.
That's good.
And
I
what's funny is
yet. I
don't know. It was on Instagram. There was someone did like all the top 10 rookies offensive linemen.
Okay.
And Connor Colby made that list, top 10, and allowing no pressures, no nothing. And so, like, that's pretty good. I mean, especially for a guy, from what I heard, was supposed to be more of a runner, a run lineman, offensive guard. So hearing that he did really well as in the passing pro says a lot.
That's good. That's good. That's very good.
Because we need a guy at that left guard spot. Because Ben Bartz, I don't think, looked good either.
He didn't do too well. Somebody did bad because they I think they hurt the rib of our running back who tried to run that thing in there, man, fumble.
Amir Abdul. That looked like he faked it, to be honest with you. It looked like he faked
it. He was down after, like, we call it the embarrassment injury. When you done up or you fumble or you gave away a pick or something like that, and you
allow a big play. My ankle.
That's the only reason my fumble. He broke my rib, and we was like, yeah, just get up. But yeah, he was legit. He got hit, and on further review, the guy made a really great play and punched as he hit that rib too. So that's that.
What's really funny is before that play, someone said. One of the announcers says, "Yeah, he's got a problem with fumbles." It's just like he fumbles the ball. You're like, "Oh shit, that's kind of funny."
On cue, I hate when they go on cue.
Dude, the announcer.
He has never missed a kick, and then boom.
It's like the most crucial moment. Too.
What? Right? Didn't know that would happen. Oh, and shout out to Mr. Moody. Jake Moody made his kicks.
Extra point. Nice.
He did. still, it was a preseason. I don't know. We grading him a
Well,
little
we'll,
hard.
we'll see. I was gonna say I want to see like stop going for the touchdown, have him kick kicks. Okay, well, it's preseason. We could do that. Just kick the. I think instead of just giving the ball to Patrick Taylor to score a touchdown, I think they should have just kicked a field goal because I want to see him make that. I need to see him make that kick.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask you real quick, offensive line wise, since there was so many ups and downs. Based on this first preseason game, what would be your starting lineup on offensive line? Your starting lineup based on what you see from this preseason. What
Well,
is your starting lineup?
just from the guys that we saw on preseason, or my starters.
Yeah, did anything change? Like, would you switch out anybody based on what you saw from preseason? You're keeping the same. Ben
No,
Barch,
not yet.
Trent,
No.
Brendel.
We got right now unofficial. It would be Trent. I wish I could get Brendel out of there, but he's in there to stay.
That's just reality. You're like, I can't change that.
It is what it is. Dominic Pooney, McKivitz, and they got Ben Barch there. Maybe we could trade out and put, I don't know. I guess Ben Barch is the way to go from what I'm looking at. I didn't see anything to supplant him at the guard position, unless you can't take Spencer Burford and put him in there, you know.
Well, that's the thing. I think he can play left guard. I think he should. I think Spencer Burford should take shots at reps at left guard because I think he can play left guard.
So you would go Trent, Spencer Burford, Jake Brendel, Dominic Pooney, and Colt McKibben.
Okay, I know I just said that, but no. I'm just saying I want to see Burford at left guard right now, so that I would do that. That's what I meant. I didn't mean like I would. I
tell you what.
Right now.
I'm gonna give him some reps at left guard in this next preseason game, and we'll make it a search. All right, I'll do that.
That's
for
what
you.
I would do.
Let me call the coach.
My starting lineup is Trent Williams, obviously. My left guard, hopefully, is right now it's Ben Barch for sure, just because he's the most proven vet guy or whatever. He showed more flashes, and someone in the chat is right. He is coming back from injury, so kind of cut him with some slack, even though he's been available all season.
Yeah.
So him coming back, hopefully, that's the best option. But based on hope and what I'm seeing, I think maybe let Spencer Burford or heck Connor Colby might come up and be the upcoming guy to be that left guard guy. Based on
if he keeps on this current track, he's going to be your guy.
Well, because if his strength is running the ball, like if he's supposed to be that guy, but yet he showed zero pressure, zero and all that, maybe he's our starting future guard at the left guard position. But right now, it's definitely Burford, especially because he was young. He's a rookie, 7th round pick. That would be amazing. Absolute steal there if he turns out to be our starter. But I'd probably put Ben Barch and then Burford. I want to see more from him. And then after that, Connor Colby would be it. Or maybe even Isaiah Prince. That left guard spot is so open to me that anyone in this preseason can come up and steal this job from Ben Barch. Brendel, you're right. Brendel's going to be the center. But hopefully Hennessy shows so much more and just convinces Kyle and Forrester, maybe we should go to Hennessy. Maybe we should go with Hennessy. Hennessy might be our guy. So hopefully that happens. Yeah. But Brendel's going to be it. Pooney and then McKivitz. So you and I agree the offensive line, that's what the offensive line should be, is Ben Barch. It's really just Ben Barch, the left guard position. That's wide open. Everything else is not. McKivitz is going to be right tackle. Pooney's going to be right guard. Center is going to be Brendel. Your left tackle is going to be Trent Williams. But that left guard spot is wide open for sure.
I got sent a DM real quick by my man Kylie. I'm checking it out right now. Looks like some film of one rookie there. Base play. Tight end lead. He's in as a fullback. I guess.
Right now, while I bring that up, right now I'm as it stands right now, who I'm cutting on the offensive line.
Who you cut?
Without a doubt, Zakelj. Zakel's gone. I'm sorry, but he's overstayed his welcome. Out of everyone on the offensive line, even Burford, because I'm sure he's better at guard than Zakelj is. Zakelj can't play right tackle like Pleasance can, or left tackle like Dillard can. I just feel like Zakelj is the odd man out when it comes to notable names. Like Alarcron's not going to make the team. We know that. Nugent probably going to be a practice squad guy still. Drew Moss probably a practice squad guy too. But like without a doubt, I feel like Zakelj is going to have to go.
Is that Nugent in there at 66 at the center right there?
Play it.
Yeah, that's Nugent, right? 66.
But it's not. Brindle's not 66. Let me check. 49ers. Drake Nugent, yeah, it's Drake Nugent.
Okay, he did pretty decent right there. He did pretty decent.
55.
A little bit of a false step. See that false step? I wish I had the telestrator. Can I put this on the telestrator? No, I got to do too much.
Who's number 76? Is that Prince?
I think that is my boy. Yeah, that's Isaiah Prince. Okay. Opening it up.
Alarcron playing left tackle. Who's 75 there?
75.
I think that's Colby. I think 75 is Colby.
Yeah, it is. Colby, and they got 66, which you said was Nugent. 55 was whom?
That's Zakelj.
Getting whooped.
Drew Moss.
He's got a good.
That's Drew Moss.
Did okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad rep by Drew Moss.
Yeah, that's a decent rep.
He anchors him to the left side, just creating that hole. I think.
Yeah, and he works his feet around.
Like the defender got free there for a second though to get the tackle, but it was like
this guy's coming in. He's crashing in a little bit, but he steps around and he swings his feet and hips, keeps his feet going, keeps them off. Yeah, it's a decent rep. It's designed to get 3-4 yards, and I think he falls for about 2. But it's not a bad rep.
Yeah.
I like how he swung his feet around though. But I do like how Nugent got up to the with his scoop. He hits the one technique here, keeps his eyes up and gets on over to the wheel
next level
and get up to the next level. That's important stuff. He slides
off get him, but it's not the worst rep. Slow him down a little bit.
Block to the echoes of the whistle.
Because I think Colby is supposed to protect. It's supposed to be passed off to Colby there, and I think Colby does a good job of getting there. He still kind of slows him down.
He just mauling. Just keep on. Just keep driving. Keep driving. Keep driving. Keep driving.
So I really hope. I mean, this offensive line, man, is so concerning to me. It's just kind of like when you saw like Bradley, played bad. Mordecai played bad, but you saw the collapse of the offensive line when they passed the ball. You saw like there was a McDonald's sign, like just one in the middle and the outside, just caving in on the quarterback. And it's just every play you saw like there was somewhere on the offensive line. So like there was times, but most of the time there was noticeable, offensive linemen falling down or doing a misassignment or, just poor protection or whatever. I'm going to bitch about it forever and for the entire year, this offensive line thing. I don't care if it's never going to change. If it's like, if you keep playing it, but it's not going to change anything. It has to be put out in the universe how bad this is. And my holes, honestly, are just that left guard center position. McKivitz, as long as Pooney and McKivitz play well, Trent Williams is out there. The left guard center backup tackle situation is not great. It's really not great. And you can count on Trent Williams not playing all the games.
I got a little Drew Moss being nasty here, too. Let me see here. Sharing screen. Share. Look at Drew Moss here. 55. Stand with it, stand with it, stand with it. Give me some, boy.
Nice.
Yeah, I own you. I own you. I like that. Your offensive line's got to have some nasty with them. Offensive line, to me, is an extension of the defense. It's got to be as tough as your defense, and should be, because back in the day, when we did two-a-days and we repped out, your defensive line would be going against that offensive line daily. So you would see this, and it was asymptomatic of great running games and championship football, because they would have these great defensive lines and these great defenses, and the offensive line would have a good running game and have 2 or 3 all pros on it. It happened every time with we're going to talk about a team in a minute, the Raiders in the 70s, the Jay Hilgenberg and those 85 Bears. They had the Giants in the 80s, the Redskins back in the day. It just lends itself. If you had a dominant defensive line, the offensive line was good too, because iron was sharper than iron every day. You would never have that. This is why you never have that prolific, big time, score a bunch of points, lead the league in touchdown throws, offense, and this great defense on the same team. You always have one of the other. You always have one or the other. And when they got to championship level, usually the great defense wins, because that offensive line is tough and will run the game and take the air out of the ball, and they'll just run it all out. But if that holds true, if we got a good defense, that offensive line has got to complement it by keeping them off the field, consistently running the ball, taking time off the clock, giving them rest to come out there and make big plays.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
I want to point out that I'm very hopeful about the guard position. I think the guard position may have a bright future with this Moss guy and Colby. I think there might be a bright future there.
Yeah.
So I would say going into next year, if Moss and Colby can take the next step and play really good these next couple preseason games, and build off that, and say in the future we don't have to draft a guard now, because these two guys could probably fill that spot in the future.
Yes, sir.
A left tackle. I'd say left tackle is probably our biggest concern. I'm just accepting the fact that center is just not going to be addressed, so I'm just ignoring that. Left tackle, I would say drafting a left tackle next year would probably be the number one priority for the 49ers when it comes to offensive line.
It has been mine for the last 2 years.
It's been like that for a while.
3 years.
We need a backup too. We need a backup as well.
Yeah, you just need an heir apparent to Trent Williams, and you're gonna fall off dramatically. It's just a known commodity with the San Francisco 49ers. If Trent Williams isn't on your offensive line, you guys go from a decent middle ground to bottom basement, bottom shelf, second tier scare magazine, But you're right. You got to get a good tackle. We got one down in the University of Miami. We will talk about him soon.
We're gonna get that guy.
I have a hurricane that will be on the way. Trust and believe. He's going in the top 5. He's worth going up to get.
Damn.
Just hold your head.
Right.
Just hold your head. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk.
The thing about drafting the tackle position, though, is, especially the left tackle position, is that it's a huge learning curve. It's a very complicated. You're going up against some of the best pass rushers and stuff like that. So even if you do draft a guy top 5 or whatever, there's going to be a learning curve. Their first year is probably not going to be like an excellent, amazing year. So when Trent Williams abruptly retires next year, you're going to be put in a position where you have to put Burford or the rookie out there or something like that, because you're not you're not setting up the tackle up for a bright future by
success, yeah.
for success by doing that. Like it, like we understand that like you draft a left tackle, no one's going to complain that the left tackle plays bad the first year. There might be one or two people who are going to say, "Oh, that's a trash left tackle." That's going to happen,
yeah,
right? But some people out there who know ball understands the complicated position. Like even Joe Alt, who was like a generational left tackle or a tackle coming out of the draft, and the Chargers got him
very high.
He had some learning curves. Every left tackle coming out of the draft has a learning curve of some kind, especially that first year. So, I'm concerned about drafting a left tackle when Trent Williams abruptly retires and we're screwed at left tackle because
that's why I want to get him. That's why I wanted to get him last year before. You know, somewhere 2 years ago. Go ahead and get it now. Let him get his learning curve. Put him in some situations. Set him up for success. Bill Walsh in his book was talking about Joe Montana when he first got him, and Joe Montana wasn't the starter just coming in as folklore would have y'all believe. Steve DeBerg was our starting quarterback. But what Bill Walsh would do was just put him in good situations. When the game was kind of out of hand or something like that, he put Joe in. Or if we had a big lead, he would go ahead and put Joe in, supplant him, get him some feel of that game in good situations and build up his confidence. So when it's time for him to be the man, you hit the ground and you're running. Don't hey, be the savior of the franchise today. You better get ready. You you supposed to. You had a bad play. You suck. That's setting the guy up for failure, man. To get him in there early, let him learn from his heir apparent. Let him learn from the heir himself. Get good people around him while you're still functional, and then gradually bring him in so he's ready. But I totally agree. Don't come in here thinking, well, Trent's out. Let's just go out and draft the next Trent Williams. It's not gonna work, dude. Yeah. It's not gonna
it's work. Also not even like McKivitz is getting older, so you don't have a replacement right tackle. So the left tackle, right tackle position is so thin. Guard seems fine. Like I actually like Drew Moss and Colby. There might be a bright future there. Center, I don't know what's happening there with Hennessy and all that. That's always going to be a question mark. But the left tackle thing is, I just don't understand the plan of tackle, dude. It's just kind of like winging it every year and being like, okay, let's see if we can get this steal and let's see if we can turn this bum into a good player. And it's just, I need more certainty, man. I need more like guarantee out there.
Yeah,
it's not all going to hit, but at least try to get one of those guys that have a higher percentage of hitting, right? Like, please.
And if he's developing, say he's developing, or we're still working when we see some short. Just give me a realistic dissertation or a realistic feel of what it is. Last year, when Larry Krueger would ask Chris Forrester, "Hey, Brendel looked pretty rough out there. Is everything all right, or is anything? Oh, he's good, great."
Oh, I actually think that he played really good. I think
he's really, really good.
He's
good. He knows all the assignments. He knows that he's good. He's good. He's good.
Dude, he's healthy.
You peeing on the face and telling me it's raining. No, he's not. he's over there looking like a red beat, and he's getting beat like a drum.
Well, like it kind of comes back to like, because you said like get a project or whatever. Connor Colby and Drew Moss might actually work out. Guard is an easier position. It's the easiest position on the offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you finding that starting guard is a lot easier. Tackle, not so much. You drafted Jalen Moore in, what, the 6th, 7th round or something like that? He was supposed to be your backup project kind of idea. And it's like you're not being serious right now. You're not being serious about this left tackle, swing tackle situation by drafting Jalen Moore to be your project. That is a 6th round, 7th round guy. I want to see you draft a guy in the 3rd round. All right, left tackle doesn't work out fine, but that tells me you're being serious about the future of the left tackle, right tackle position.
And that's just a Kyle philosophy staple. He just don't do that. I have through my success of 50 plus years of watching, playing, bleeding for this game, I've seen it done one way. But the world is telling me, hey, Kyle's got it, man. Kyle is a genius. Kyle's got this newfangled way of looking at things, and you don't know it. Okay. I'm just telling you what I know. Just old Hugh here.
Brock getting hurt, man, is a product of this trash offensive line. It's the product of Kyle thinking he can draw up trick plays enough to fool the pass rusher to not hit the quarterback. And it's just like, dude, like you have a $50 million man out there.
Did you see the Brock get hurt play that we ran? It was the same one that we ran against the Eagles with number 7 coming off the line with the tight end
really
reaching out trying to get it got blown up. But Benito, they tried to block Benito with a tight end all the way on the other side of the field, like they did number 7, his name Reddick against Philadelphia. They just did it to the no, it was the same side. It was a bootleg, same side, and Benito tore it up. So
putting an elite pass rusher up against even a blocking tight end is ridiculous.
Yeah. You're inept blocking tight, same play. Let's run it.
Luke Farrell is supposed to be like this great pass blocker, but you do not like you put him in a chip or you put him like the tackle and the tight end are supposed to be responsible for that pass rusher, but you don't leave the pass rusher to a tight end, no matter who that tight end is. That is ridiculous, dude. So yeah, I think that's stupid. That's absolutely stupid.
No way he could make it over there, and we knew what. But Benito was. You knew it was that, and you just set that play was just set up for failure, man. Throw that play out. Don't do that play again. I don't want to see it again. Don't do it again. You hear me? Throw it out. Throw it out.
So enough with the offense. I think we move on to the offensive line, but yeah, we agreed that the protection is just absolutely atrocious, and I expect Brock Purdy. Not saying I want to, knock on wood. I expect him to probably get hurt at some point, just because that's the story of every year with the situation. So
I would just like to see cleaner pockets and just give him some gimmies, man. Just it's somewhere. We just ain't got to work for it, man. Just a 3-step drop, quick out. The Haas concept, which is hitches to the outside and hit the seams to the inside. Just give me some quick outs, some speed outs. Just give them some gimmies. Nail screens. Just quick gimmies. Just gimme. Nothing to work here. But dude, you asking for these complicated downfield routes, and daggone well, you ain't got the linemen to sustain this thing.
Well, you now don't even have the wide receivers to.
Yeah, you ain't got the wide receivers either. But we
those plays.
We're gonna run, 999 X post, triple cross at the goal line, and come on, man, that ain't.
Papa J says that the O-line is also a product of getting running backs worn down, and also because they have to break through tackles and not doing guards. So you're right there. I would not move Pony to left tackle or right tackle. I think right guard is where he should be. I think guard is. I would not move him.
Let him master.
Yeah, let him master one position. I know how much he would. Pony showed potential, how dominant he is, all pro stuff, but keep him at guard. He needs to stay at guard, and just and the 49ers just need to be held responsible for finding a left tackle, right tackle. Pony is perfect. I feel like at right guard. Don't fix what's not broken.
Pony is probably our best offensive lineman this side of Trent Williams.
Yeah. Honestly, hot take, he might be better than Trent Williams right now. I'm not saying that. I'm not.
I ain't say it, Trent. If you ever want to come back, that will wolf it.
It is no secret that Trent Williams has lost a step. Right, it's no secret, right?
Yeah,
and Pony's on the up and coming. So if Pony could build off what he did last year and gets better, if Pony is better than he was last year, he is better than Trent Williams this year. But that's an if. There's an if question there. There's a question mark there. So let me have some sort of
I
fallback.
already put in hot take so I can mark this one.
if with Trent, like I said, Trent is regressing. Pooney is on the rise. So it's just kind of, if Pooney stacks what he's doing and Trent Williams continues to come down with his regress, at some point Pooney's going to be above him. Probably be our best offensive lineman.
The crown is getting passed. We now, after hot takes, go to our last segment, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to go to our last segment. As I say, hey to David McNiner. David McNiner, ladies and gentlemen, my main man. Almost dropped my little buzzer there. Let me see. Put this up, add this on stage. We are doing GOATs, our final GOATs for the AFC West. The GOAT of the AFC West. As he goes to the bathroom, ladies and gentlemen, I shall carry this thing like a torch. David McNiner says, having two good O-linemen and a bunch of kids is an issue that has cost us. You are correct. We are talking of those concerns. You're very, very, very timely right now. Mids, not kids. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you cleared that up. They kind of one and the same. Papa J McNiner, he says, shouting out to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all so much. It's an hour and 30 minutes. I'm trying to break this thing on down so I don't take up all of your afternoon so you can get out there and have a good time. Who's gonna be on today? It's shows galore all over, but I'm glad y'all hanging with the Terror Dome and Wolfie right now. We come to you Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm on either at 10 or 12 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I will definitely have my man continuing with me, my main man Wolfie, who is back from his illustrious commercial break after his hot take. See, when you get those hot takes, they make you pee.
Blood flow. There's more blood flow when you're hot. So
man, that was a hot take there. Oh, let me go with like Frank.
No, I know he's a fire hydrant. My toilet is red though, so
look at that. Let's see what we got, man. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, the Oakland, they were LA, then Oakland Raiders, the Denver Broncos, and the now Los Angeles Chargers, but going all the way back, my day, it was the San Diego Superchargers, and they had a dope powder blue uniform they used to wear, man. The powder blue, they was Chris Berman used to like, he said, bring back the powder blues. But they was bad. They was nice in the day. So I guess I will open first and foremost the GOAT, Denver Bronco. Denver Broncos have had some good ball players play. They've had some wonderful, they have a championship pedigree. They have won 2 Super Bowls. They have been in, I think, a total of 6. They lost one to the Dallas Cowboys back in 1977. That was the Tony Dorsett, Roger Staubach, Drew Pearson days. But the GOAT for me, let me give honorable mention to the great Shannon Sharp played there, as well as Terrell Davis and who else? Who else is notable? Tom Jackson was really, really good. Shout out to them. But when I see Denver, when you talk Denver, when you think of the storied franchise of the Denver Broncos, it begins and ends with one John Elway. John Elway is the premier GOAT Denver Bronco. John Elway, I can't say enough about John Elway. He was actually my GOAT, I guess, 6-7 years removed from Tom Brady becoming that for me. But it was Joe Montana and John Elway, 1A, 1B, as the two my favorite quarterbacks.
Favorite quarterbacks or GOATs? There's difference there.
Yeah. Well,
1A, 1B.
I have to put him in that category because that's how I looked at it. He was the best quarterback. He was the greatest quarterback for me. 1A and 1B was Joe Montana and John Elway. But Tom has supplanted all that. So Tom he done mixed the order all up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this dude was it. This dude, I'll try to run his stats down. I haven't even looked at his stats in a minute, but what you really have to get your mind in the reference of is before LeBron James, there was John Elway. And I'm speaking in terms of taking teams to finals and the equivalent Super Bowls that ain't have no business there without you. You were the sole reason. Everybody who wants to say, look who he had, that argument is null and void when you're talking about John Elway. People say, well, Joe's got 4 Super Bowl championships. Well, when you have people like Rice and Taylor and Solomon and Clark and Bill Walsh coaching you and things, these are the arguments run at me for, defending Brock Purdy. And I'll just reframe the argument when you're talking about if you are so good, get your team to the Super Bowl with inferior talent. John Elway was doing that in the 80s. John Elway was doing that consistently in the 80s. He lost 3 Super Bowls in the 80s, but he was in the Super Bowl. He would, you talk about clutch gene. You can't say The Drive without mentioning John Elway. And we don't even remember the teams. Y'all probably remember now because looked it up a little bit on Google, but you can't remember his receivers back in the 80s. And I think they were Vance Johnson, maybe a guy named Ricky Natil, or he might have played running back. I don't even know who his running back was, dude. I don't. He didn't have a tight end, a premier tight end. I can't remember his premier tight end back in the 80s, but somehow every time we got to the Super Bowl, we seeing John Elway there. He was just that dude. He came in from Stanford, which he put Stanford on the map. Stanford was a Stanford before John Elway. And the same way Andrew Luck was probably the most highly recruited quarterback in the state of California as well as the nation. John Elway was that first. John Elway was it. If you want to talk about athletics, John Elway was drafted by the New York Yankees. John Elway could have easily went and played outfield for the New York Yankees. He's on par with people like Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. There was one other guy named Jordan who played pro ball, baseball, and football as well. He could throw the daggone ball 70 yards just standing still. He was, they called it a Elway cross because if you were practicing with him, he could throw it so hard the where that football meets the corners of that football would put a cross in your chest if it hit you. Brian Jordan, yeah, that's it. He used to play for the Atlanta Falcons. That's it. John Elway was it, man. John Elway was it. And then later on in his career, probably what everybody remembers is, he gets a running game and a Shanahan, Mike Shanahan in, and you get it to run. But that's how he got his title with running game of Terrell Davis and the great wide zone or zone running game of Mike Shanahan. But before that, man, it was all on John, and John gave you what he had. And before everybody says the AFC was trash back then, no, the AFC had Jim Kelly. The AFC had Dan Marino. The AFC had Dan Fouts. The AFC had a guy named Burt Jones was back there. The AFC had a lot of good. Kenny Anderson was pretty good as well. But and they could put up numbers. But boy, you didn't want to see John Elway. He would ask every Cleveland Brown fan. Them Cleveland Brown fans are supposed to go to the Super Bowl. John Elway said, "Nah, man, not here, not today." He was just that dude, man. John Elway is your GOAT for the Denver Broncos.
I would say, yeah, I have to agree with you that John Elway is the greatest Bronco of all time. I guess at this point you could probably argue Peyton Manning, but he's not considered a Colt. Peyton Manning thinks he's a Bronco, but you're a Colt. So yes, without a doubt, it's John Elway. But I had to look it up because I was rather curious because you did say that I'm not trying to have a debate about John Elway because that I feel like that would be. I was rather curious.
He ain't your guy, but
John Elway, when he ran those Super Bowl runs,
mm-hmm.
that Super Bowl run, he had two of those offensive linemen are considered the greatest offensive lines of all time. Two of those years they went to the Super Bowl, he had two of the greatest top 10, according to this list I'm looking here, greatest offensive linemen of all time when he won those Super Bowls.
The Super Bowl he won?
So Super Bowl, let me bring it up right here. Hold on. So Super Bowl 13, he had the 8th greatest offensive lineman of all time. Offensive line of all time. And then in Super Bowl 12, he had the 5th greatest offensive line of all time. So 2 of those years, he had 2 of the greatest offensive, top 10 greatest offensive, one of them top 5 offensive linemen of all time.
And those were in the 80s, 13 and 12 and 13?
I think so. No, sorry, it was 30. Sorry, I can't add.
What year?
It's
what year?
30. It's 30. Oh, sorry. I meant 33 and 32. That's what I meant. So 33 and 32.
33 and 32. When Mike
Shannon, when Mark Schroth was there, I think it was it. I have the offensive lineman here. Tony Jones at left tackle, Mark Schleth at left guard, Tom Nalen at center, Dan Neal at right guard, and right tackle Harry Swain in Super Bowl 33.
33. Okay, yeah. That's when TD and them get there, and that's what you remember because that was the 90s. I'm talking about the 80s when John Elway took 3 teams to the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm just saying it's coincidence that he has the greatest offensive lineman ever, and he's able to win that Super Bowl and perform offensively.
That's when Mike Shanahan comes and says, "Hey, John, don't let it be all on you. We need to get this running game going." And then he won the Super Bowls. But before that, I'm saying John Elway lost to the Redskins, the Giants, and the 49ers in the 80s. Or it was 1990, I think, which was the 89 team, but he loses, and he lost big to us. We beat him like he stole something. But it was arguably the greatest team ever. And it took the New York Giants with the greatest defense ever, a defensive coordinator named Bill Belichick, and the greatest pass rusher to ever live, in my book, Lawrence Taylor, and them to get him. And he just caught a buzzsaw against them Washington Redskins. That was magnifique. That was ambush. He was ahead. I think it was 10-0 in that first quarter, maybe 10-0, 14-0. And Doug Williams and them they ambushed him. They put up 35 points in one quarter. He just sometimes you just run up on a buzzsaw. But John Elway was taking those teams, man, inferior teams, to playoffs and Super Bowls. He was just something to behold. He really was, and could play baseball. He was a very, very good drafted by
definitely.
Not drafted like last round, and I think Steinbrenner got him way early. It might have been first, second round. because
Definitely
he was
10th greatest quarterback of all time.
initially drafted by the Colts, and he told Baltimore, "Hey, you draft me, I'm going to play baseball." and he was serious.
Yeah, he was playing around for sure. All right. So John Elway established Bronco. Who is the next team that we got going on here?
The next team we will go is the Kansas City Chiefs. And they've had some great ones. Going all the way back to Lenny Dawson. He played quarterback. He used to be on Inside the NFL with him and Nick Bonacani, but he was a really good quarterback. Shout out to Willie Lanier. Willie Lanier is from Richmond, Virginia, the first black middle linebacker in the modern era, back in 1969, 1970, when he won a Super Bowl for the Kansas City Chiefs. They had a whole bunch of really great guys, spearheaded by the great Tex Stram, or no, what's his name? Mike Stram, Tex Stram. He was a coach there. But and then later on, they would have Joe Montana playing quarterback. They had Joe Montana, Marcus Allen, and the wonderful dang, man, I don't know what's going on with my mind today. Not Derek Brooks, Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas played for them as well. Derek Thomas, I can't mention GOATs of the Kansas City Chiefs without mentioning Derek Thomas.
Yeah.
But right now, I gotta say, the greatest Chief is Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes will go down and be the greatest Chief ever. And that's with a storied franchise, one of the first ones in the AFL. Yeah, that boy nice with it. He's on the all-time list right now as GOAT quarterbacks go. He's in that top 6, 7 right now, and he's got a lot of room on the runway. But your greatest Chief is playing there right now. That's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's 110% Patrick Mahomes. You're right. It's obviously won multiple Super Bowls. He had absolutely nothing to work with when it came to wide receivers, didn't have the greatest offensive line, still won a Super Bowl. The year that we lost the first Super Bowl to them, he was down every single game by multiple. He was down 24-7, 17-7, and all like just massive amounts, like 28-10 or some shit for the past like 3 games or whatever. Like every single in that first year, he was down every single game, came back and won that game.
Yeah,
incredible.
Double digit downs too. Yeah,
and it wasn't like in the first quarter or in the second quarter. It was like late third, fourth quarter, comes back and wins the game. Did it in the Super Bowl against us, did it against the Texans, did it against every single team, came back and won that game. That's elite play. The year where we were supposed to win that Super Bowl, because it was the year that the Chiefs weren't supposed to go because they had such trash weapons and their offensive line wasn't that great. And Mahomes wasn't supposed to be that good. Still comes back, plays good enough, plays great even with that trash setup he had, and still won a Super Bowl. Like, yeah, he beat the 49ers, but he also beat the Bills, I believe. He beat all the good teams. Like, He still dominated. This guy, to me, is the second. Yeah, so to me, he's the second greatest quarterback of all time. I put him at number 2, and he is the greatest Chief of all time, creating a dynasty. He got closer than any other team in NFL history, getting to a three-peat. Barring the fact that they didn't show up at the Super Bowl, they still won their conference championship, and got there and lost their three-peat situation there. And I respect, like, a lot of people want to say refs or whatever and things like that. It's like, just stop it. Like if you want to yell at the refs, get mad at them. I totally understand. But him as a player, if you want to talk about game and doing what it takes to win a game, he does it. Like, yeah, the refs may sometimes help him out, it seems, and stuff, but that's not him. He's just doing what he has to. and it happens to work out for him. And he makes the plays that he has to, man. He's never out of it. It kind of comes back to the Super Bowl, the 2023 Super Bowl where we lost with Gibson, when Gibson was like, oh, Mahomes is just an average quarterback. He's just an average quarterback. I heard that soundbite. I still haven't watched the game, but I saw a social media post on TikTok of him saying that. I'm like, dude, the moment you say shit like that, that's when he's like, you put it out in the universe, suddenly he comes back, starts playing good enough, and he's going to win the game. He's not an average quarterback. Stop treating him like he's an average quarterback. He's good at his job. I'm so tired of I also heard that in the first Super Bowl in 2019. Oh, he wasn't that good, blah, blah, blah. Came back and won. Same thing in 2023. Oh, he's just an average quarterback. Came back and won. So it's just kind of so frustrating. But it's like, I think it treating this
fuels him. It fuels him. As Jordan would say, I took that personal.
I took that personal. Even if he doesn't even hear it, like for some reason it's down in the universe. I heard they're talking shit about me. Okay. The dude could throw an interception in the fourth quarter, be down 10 points, still come back and win the game. With Patrick Mahomes, the game is not over. Well, for crying out loud, there was 13 seconds left in the game, dude. And he came back and still tied the game and won in overtime. Stop treating this guy like he's just your average basic quarterback. He may not have number one stats all year, but when you need him to win a game, he will win a game. That's just what he does. All the time, doesn't seem like it because the Eagles game, for sure, but he does it enough to where he deserves that clutch trait, that elite trait. He deserves credit for being one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And the Chiefs got it. They got the dynasty. I just really hate that, like, right after the Patriots thing, right after the Patriots, it immediately became another team. It wasn't like teams are battling it out. Oh, who's going to be the dynasty? No, immediately after the Patriots were done, it became the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's just like Russian roulette sometimes. It would have been us. It was this close to being us. But obviously, Chiefs won that Super Bowl 19, and then they triumphed, became that dynasty. We're like second place.
We're like the Bengals. Bengals back in the day now. We just
that's a good.
Their dynasty is forged on our necks.
Yeah, so I gotta give credit where credit's due. I don't like it when people say that he's not that good. I'm not saying it. I'm not even a Chiefs fan, and that bothers me because it's just like I feel like you're disrespecting what you're seeing on TV. It's just mind blowing. If you got Joe Montana ahead of Mahomes, if you have Joe Montana ahead of Mahomes, I don't blame you. Fine, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold that against you whatsoever. But he needs to be on your
all-time
list for sure.
Until you get that fifth ring, which is how I was with Tom Brady. I would tell Brady lovers until he get 5, he ain't better than Joe Montana in the pantheon of GOAT quarterbacks. It would always be Joe Montana. And then Tom went out and got 2 more after the 5. I was like, well, that's it for me. I've got no more cards.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Tom Brady was fighting to beat like number 3 until like he got 5. I remember disrespecting him before he got his 4th ring. I remember disrespecting, being like, yeah, he had that one little stretch, and after that, he hasn't been great. He lost those 2 Super Bowls against the Giants. Blah blah blah. I remember talking shit.
It's
and
over.
Being like he's not, and then they come back and fight the dynasty.
It's done. He's done because it was a long stretch.
It was like 10 years,
and then picking up for the last 3, and it was like he's good, but he ain't the greatest because he couldn't get Joe, and then Deflategate comes out, so they started checking the balls like a proctologist or a urologist. And after that pissed him off. It's like that Jordan thing again. I took that personal. That pissed him off so much, he goes out and wins 3 more. So
the Deflategate thing, honestly, I don't even think that would have mattered. That score was like 34-7. That game was. Yeah. I don't think him having a little deflated ball changed anything of that game. Like I think honestly, you take away 14, 15, 16, 17, 21 points. they still win that game.
They still
So
win
like,
the
did it
game.
really matter? Did
Yeah,
it really matter Deflate Gate to me? Like,
that was it.
like I don't think it really
His
matters.
phones were deflated. Yeah, it's okay. Tom would say, "We'll see, we'll see."
Yeah. So I got Tom as the greatest quarterback, and then I have Patrick Mahomes at 2, Joe Montana at 3 for sure. Some people don't have Joe Montana in 5. You know that?
I know,
That's
know.
crazy.
I know. They
Absolutely crazy.
Steve Young is. A lot of people think Steve Young is better than Joe Montana, and
People say Aaron Rodgers. You ever heard that one before? I've heard Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, a lot of Aaron
People
Rodgers.
think he's the GOAT. Like, he's good, but calm down, man.
Yeah, y'all need to. He throws it really, really well, but dude, no, you gotta have his stats as well as the wins and the big wins, and do it repeatedly over and over and over again, and then it's really good when you come under big adversity and your life shook up, and then you put a second career on that, and that's just it. That he's that dude for me.
Yeah. So Patrick Mahomes is the greatest Chief. He'll probably be the greatest Chief of all time for
a very long time, because he's still adding on to it.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to go on a whole other tangent, but like, what another thing that bothers me, I'm gonna make a video on it. I'm gonna make a short called hot take. People that are trying to be different with hot takes or something like that. I can't think of a name for it yet, caption for it yet, but one of them is going to be Patrick Mahomes is not going to make the playoffs. People are saying Patrick Mahomes is not going to play the playoffs. I'm sorry, you can't count him out until he actually is out. I'm sorry, I'm not.
He is dead, and he's like Jason.
Yeah, just praying on his downfall. It's like, let's be real here, man.
Until you show me proof of the body, and the remains are scattered to the four corners of the earth. That's when I'll say, yeah, okay, he's out.
Exactly. So I'm gonna end up making a short about that. I got other hot takes too that people have that I've heard, and I'm gonna make a video out of it. And that one, I'm just like, how I get the hate for Patrick Mahomes. Like, if you want to make a hate video and it's obviously a hate video, that's fine. That's the intent, is for you to like, I hate him so much, so I'm gonna this is what the video's gonna be about. There's actually people out there that actually take it as a take. They'd be like, this is my hot take.
Yeah. I'd be mad at it too. Yeah, he took 2 Super Bowls from me. No one is madder and can't stand Patrick Mahomes. I hope somebody, when those Eagles and those Bucks was beating him up, man, I was like, yeah. But
the Bucks won. Yeah, the Bucks was satisfying.
But he was there to get beat up.
Yeah. All right.
Next up, man, the storied franchise. The autumn wind is a Raider. Blustering in from sea to Oakland Raiders. Or the Las Vegas Raiders, or your GOAT LA Raider. And this is one of the most difficult ones for me, Wolfie. Because the franchise has done so much and had so many stars. And going back, you would have your NFC team, and then you have your AFC team, and sometimes they could meet in the Super Bowl one day. My dad used to like the Raiders in the AFC. He thought that the Raiders were tough, and Raiders fans, and when I really understood and seen the dynamic of how visceral it is for 49ers fans to like Raiders fans and vice versa, once I really started understanding the throes of everything, it's like, dang, I gotta stop liking the Raiders. But if you're a football fan, there's a part of you that likes something that the Raiders have done or do. Every owner wants to emulate a little bit of Al Davis. Al Davis was defiant. Al Davis was
Drafted
innovative.
kicker first.
Al
Yeah,
Davis.
definitely.
Al Davis gave no quarters. He was a tough guy from Brooklyn, and man, he took his persona and etched it on a team and said, "This is gonna be what football is all about." And man, going back to John Matuzak, uh, Jack Tatum, Gene Atkinson, John Madden, Kenny the Snake Stabler, the Ghost from the Post, Dave Casper, Fred Bolitnikov, Cliff Branch. I love that silver and black. The logo says toughness. It is just everything about being a Raider. Marcus Allen is my he's on my Mount Rushmore. And I split hairs between him and somebody else.
Raiders or
as Marcus Allen, the running back.
What's your Mount Rushmore? You're talking about
Mount Rushmore of a Raider.
Oh,
he's on the Mount Rushmore short list of Raider. Marcus Allen, I gotta say, Kenny the Snake Stabler. I gotta say, it's just been said. Jack Tatum is my guy, man. Oh my Lord! And I'm sorry.
Wait, he's your GOAT, Jack Tatum?
No, this is on my pantheon of Raider.
I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
All right, let me just end the drama here. The GOAT Raider,
my bad.
The GOAT Raider, ladies and gentlemen, is Tim Brown. Tim Brown is the greatest Raider of all time. Tim Brown is. Even in this storied franchise, and it was hard because Tim Brown didn't win a ring for the Raiders, but I think he's got 7 or 8 Pro Bowls and 2 or 3 he's a Hall of Famer, but Tim Brown is your guy. Just coming out of Notre Dame, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
He has 9 Pro Bowl selections and 3 All-Pro selections.
Yep.
And 90s All-Decade team.
Tim Brown is the guy. And he was and then he could kick return too, man. He could punt return and kick return. He wore the rings on the fingers. He was the only one that was playing in a glove era. He didn't use gloves. He would just go out there with his fingers. He wanted to touch it with his fingers, and he would get it done, man. And him and Rice were on the same. Was that a pause situation? Pause. Ellison says Art Shell. Yeah, Art Shell would be included in that too on my Mount Rushmore, man. Marcus Allen, yes, sir. But Tim Brown got the most accolades as a player. And the thing that kind of hurt Marcus Allen was, I don't know, man. I love Marcus Allen. I do. It was hard between him and Tim Brown, but Marcus went on and he played. Something happened between him and Al Davis. I don't know. It sounded like something over a chick, the way they got petty towards one another. It wasn't no other reason, but it was something. But Al Davis just couldn't stand Marcus and put him on the bench or put him behind Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson was there for 2 or 3 years, maybe, and Marcus Allen became the fullback. But everybody understood why. That Bo Jackson. But Tim Brown is your guy. He was on that team with him and Jerry Rice together. Made it to a Super Bowl. They got beat by the Bucks, who was being coached by John Gruden, who knew all the plays and gave the Bucks the whole playbook the day before the game or the day of the game. They didn't change anything. They just, it's B-roll out there with John Lynch talking to Derek Brooks and said, "Yep, they running slant screen or slant seam, and it's just like he told." I think they had 3 pick sixes. John Gruden gave them the whole play, so they lost that Super Bowl, but they were very, very formidable. And two of your greatest that ever did it were all on one team, along with Rich Gannon. And yeah, for me, it's going to be Marcus Allen. But I understand everybody else's argument of Marcus, Art Shell. It's so many of them, man. Otis Sistrunk, John Matuzak, the Raiders. Their music, that dun 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 dun, that they the Raiders. They bad.
The to add to your Tim Brown thing, I just looked it up. Tim Brown's nickname is actually Mr. Raider. So I mean, his nickname's literally Mr. Raider. So so if that adds to it, it definitely should.
Thank you. Thank you.
For me, man, for me personally, and I'm surprised no one in the chat said this, but why is it not Ken Stabler?
The Snake.
He won them their first Super Bowl, right? He's got the nickname the Snake. He's got 4-time Pro Bowl selection. He's got 2-time first-team All-Pro. He was an NFL MVP at one point. He was a 70s All-Decade team. He was NFL Offensive Player of the Year. He was passing touchdown leader a couple times. AFC Player of the Year 2 times. He's the quarterback too. So I just think that, and he was good. It's not like he was carried. Good. He was good at his job. He was
in that, man. I'm telling you, Wolfie. For those people saying that the AFC was trash, Wolfie, back in the 70s, he had to contend with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. And these weren't regular teams. The Miami Dolphins didn't lose a game.
The AFC dominated.
They were the 72 Dolphins is the perfect team. They lost nothing, 17-0. That's what everybody's striving to be. The Pittsburgh Steelers were a forged dynasty with 4 Super Bowls and Terry Bradshaw and those Raiders. They had to get over that hump, get to the Super Bowl. They were coached by John Madden. Everyone within the sound of my voice has played Madden.
Yeah.
Madden was that's the game that you play. The all Madden team. That was the coach. Excellent squad, man. And they had a lot to contend with. And Kenny the Snake Stabler, and I think they called him the Snake because the guy seen him in the shower.
That would do it. That sounds about right.
Kind of what I heard. There's a reason why they call him Snake.
I would say the first name that popped in my head when we first brought up the Raiders was Bo Jackson. Oh, but that's more of a from the video game and how great he could have been if he didn't get hurt kind of type deal. And so it wasn't really like actually like face greatness, all of that. He was great. I'm not saying he wasn't great, but it was kind of he was cut short. And that's the first thing that pops in my head when he asked me to GOAT. But when I did my research a little bit, I was like, okay, it's not him. But being honest, the first thing I thought of was Bo Jackson.
It's a plethora of names, man. And Bo still has grown men, Hall of Famers talking about stories with him at practice or the rush of wind that would go by as he ran he ran like a 4.2 in pads at practice?
Yeah, I heard he was super fast.
Man.
Like, he was unreal fast.
And he was huge. Just a rock muscle. And he could throw the daggone ball 60 or 70 yards. He could throw a baseball damn near. From right field, he gunned down one of the fastest guys in all of sports, Harold Reynolds. In the park, he had an in the park home run. It was, no chance. Nobody's throwing that thing from the warning track all the way to all the way to home. And this dude, He ran up walls. He would do just freakish stuff. Yeah,
His
man.
nickname would be Forrest Gump if that movie came out in the 70s or
Man,
whenever his greatness was.
Bo was just
Yeah. I would say my second was going to be Marcus Allen, but I got to give it to. Well, shout out to Charles Woodson too. Shout out to him.
Yeah, Charles Woodson, another great. Yeah,
it was a good one. But my second was Marcus Allen. But I got to give it to the quarterback, Super Bowl MVP, all-decade team, all that. I got to give it to him. I'd be kind of hypocrite or like contradictory if I were to say not Kenny Stabler based on what I said about the other positions, like in the other teams and how the quarterback takes a little bit of a leap. I feel like Kenny Stabler is the face, especially when it comes to quarterback, is the face of the Raiders.
Yeah.
So I have to go with him, but Marcus Allen might too.
Kenny was bad, man.
But I mean, like Tim Brown, like what you said about that was a good argument about Tim Brown, especially since his nickname is literally Mr. Raider.
Mr. Raider.
It's like it's kind of like if somebody was named Mr. 49er. It's kind of like, okay, why is it not him? His name's literally that. So
yeah, man, he's the guy. He's that guy. All right, we're ending up with your GOAT, San Diego / LA Chargers, Superchargers.
This one, I was gonna make a joke about kids because he's got like 14 of them, 12 or 13 of them.
Ooh, yeah.
He's definitely he's got the most kids in NFL history, probably.
Yeah.
More than Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
It's so I feel bad for the Chargers because they've had great teams in the past, and it's just kind of like they've come close to win the Super Bowl, but we beat them. It's Phillip Rivers. He's the greatest Charger of all time. He had one of the greatest offenses and defenses, but the special teams let him down that one year in 2010, and they don't make the playoffs, which was sad. It's Phillip Rivers. I mean, when you think of the Chargers, man, you think of like Phillip Rivers is the first name that comes up. Chargers fans, I feel like, would tell you it's Phillip Rivers. I know Seau is probably is it Seau? Seau, right?
Junior Seau.
Yeah, Junior Seau.
Definitely
honorable mention for me.
Honorable mention.
But quarterback, what he did for that franchise, how committed he was to San Diego and the Chargers and stuff, and the love he has there. I've seen fans. There's this Charger fan on social media on TikTok. He's a Chargers fan, and he calls Phillip Rivers the GOAT. And people in the comments call him the GOAT. So I gotta say, without a doubt, it's to me Phillip Rivers. Even though he doesn't have like the crazy accolades, right? But no Charger really does except for like Junior Seau. That's really honestly about it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just those two and LaDainian Tomlinson.
LaDainian Tomlinson. That's.
But I'm gonna go Phillip Rivers.
I can respect. I can respect. And shout out to Kellen Winslow Sr. and Johnny Jefferson, Charlie Joyner, and Chuck Muncie and Dan Fouts. Back in the day, man, they called the San Diego Chargers an aerial circus. Their games came on late. After living in the East, you got your early games that come on at 1. And then the late games used to come on NBC. They had the AFC teams. You got your popcorn ready to watch the San Diego Superchargers. If you like scoring and you like passing, these folks was down for the count. This was what you wanted to see. Dan Fouts, man, he used to put that rock up. He's a Hall of Famer. And y'all remember Kellen Winslow Jr. Dad was the staple of tight ends. He might be the best tight end. He's top 5, the best tight ends ever to play in my book. He was something. And they had Johnny Jefferson and Charlie Joyner, and they were epic. They were bad, but I can't really argue with Phillip Rivers. It was gonna come between him and LaDainian Tomlinson. LaDainian Tomlinson, for fantasy football owners,
Yeah,
he used to just light it up.
he
LaDainian
carried your team. Yeah,
was the deal. LaDainian Tomlinson, who is a Hall of Famer as well and an outstanding running back, but I can't fault you for Phillip Rivers. I'm just gonna assume the other side and go ahead and take LaDainian Tomlinson as my
great
go
answer.
for the Chargers. I got to give him that respect because he was that deal. The Eric Coryell offense, yes, it was Eric Coryell, man. Yeah, maybe they got some of it on YouTube. Y'all got to go back and see the Eric Coryell offense. And they would have. That's who we were supposed to play in that first Super Bowl, but this is what happened with the Chargers. They had what's called the Epic in Miami for the divisional. They played Miami a week before the AFC Championship game. They were down there. It was a sweltering night, and Kellen Winslow Sr. does everything a person could possibly do on the field. He blocked a kick. He scored touchdowns. He scored tips of touchdowns. He was all over the field, made special teams play. He was just doing everything. And there's this indelible picture of him at the end of the game. I might roll it back on some B-roll with him being carried off of the field in Miami. They beat Miami by a field goal at the end. It's double overtime or something like that. Then the next week for the AFC Championship, they have to go to Cincinnati. And Wolfie, it is with a windshield. It was, I gotta check it, but I think it was either 40 or 60 below. There are players that played in that game who still have frostbite or injuries from frostbite. It was the coldest game ever. It was either that one or the one with Green Bay and Dallas as the coldest games ever played in the NFL. It was seriously cold. So they go from the tropics of Miami up to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati wins, and we beat Cincinnati. But it was supposed to be them San Diego Superchargers that we played in the Super Bowl, that first one where Joe Montana wins his first one against Cincinnati.
Mhm.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's one of those teams that had like one of the worst luck. It's like Chargers, Vikings are two of like the worst lucked like teams of all time, like for sure. But yeah, I mean, LaDainian Tomlinson is without a doubt like someone I thought about, but it's just it's more than just when I think of the Chargers. It's just what Phillip Rivers was through and through obsessed and was the face of the Chargers for such a long time. And he represented the Chargers no matter what. He sacrificed his body just as much as Matthew Stafford sacrificed his body. He never talked shit about San Diego. He loves San Diego through and through. He was very upset when they moved to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then when I've seen fans and the way they talk about Phillip Rivers and they think he's the greatest, I just feel like, okay, well, they kind of spoke for me there, where it's like, okay, they think he's the greatest, and that's the face that they have for him. And you could probably do that for a lot of other teams, and fans they'll say this guy's probably the face. But Phillip Rivers was always my 2 or 3. But just doing more research on the guy, just based on reputation, I know he doesn't have the accomplishment that LaDainian Tomlinson has. Like Phillip Rivers is not a top 5 quarterback to me, but LaDainian Tomlinson is my number 5 greatest running back of all time. But we're talking about face. When you're talking about face, it's just without a doubt, it's him. And I know Junior Seau should get a shout out. See that in the comments.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, much respect, Junior Seau, man. Junior Seau was bad.
Yeah, everyone. I get why people don't say Phillip Rivers. But at the same time, I feel like he's got to be in your top 3 because I just feel just based on like when I think of the Chargers, dude, like that, no matter what, that dude's face comes up. And I know what Seau done, I know what Tomlinson done, Dan Fouts, all them, but like it's so weird that he represented the team so much that it overcomes those other greats to me.
Yeah,
like unlike other teams where there's another team we thought of where I said, I think it was Marshawn Lynch. I think I said where it's like just what he represented for Seattle and stuff like that. He was my
Yeah.
GOAT. Despite Russell Wilson being the quarterback, it's kind of the same thing with Philip Rivers, just based on what he represented. And he did a lot of great things. He was in charge of one of the greatest offenses of all time in that 2010. It didn't go to the playoffs because their special teams was so bad, which is crazy to think. But yeah, I'm going to give it to Philip Rivers. So, but I'm glad you said Tomlinson, because that was my number 2.
That was it. And it was going to get down to those two for me for the Chargers, either Philip Rivers or Tomlinson. So if you take one, I'll take the other, and we'll meet God in the middle. Amen.
Ellison's like, whoa, dude, Philip Rivers is not. Yeah, Ellison was like, I don't know about that one.
First ballot Hall of Fame, could.
I don't know if he's. I wouldn't say first ballot.
Depending on who else is there. Is he eligible this year? No.
No, I think the next year after. Because I think he retired in what, like 22? 22? It was the year.
Yeah.
No, he retired in 23 because we were going to pick him up, but Brock Purdy turned out to be a good quarterback. I remember that.
Okay.
So it was the next year. So he won't be eligible until 2028. Well, no, because then he played for the Colts, didn't he? The next year after that?
No, I don't think he came back. I don't think he came. We were when Brock got hurt against the Eagles. That was the plan. If we had won and went to the Super Bowl, we were gonna bring Philip Rivers in.
All right, so he officially retired in 21, and we were gonna call him in 2022. So he should be eligible then technically next year or a year after that. So in
Kylie Young said he got Fouts over Rivers. I don't know if Fouts put up the numbers that.
I think when I think of Fouts, I think of him as the commentator.
Yeah.
I think of him as a sports guy.
And Dan Fouts was that dude. Dan Fouts got 6 Pro Bowls, 2 All Pros. He put that thing up. How many yards he got? 3,200 attempts, 43,000 yards he threw for. It was an area circle. I'm telling you, man. If you want to see some good stuff, if you want to learn go down the field offense, take a look at Air Coryell. It's an offense. Some people call it Zampese. It's all on the numbers. The routes are numbered where, if you run a 989, that outside receiver to the weak side is running the 9 route. The 8 is run by the tight end, and 9 to the other side. It was all numbers, very simplistic to just call a play, call your own numbers. And Dan Fouts called his own plays. Man, he got that ball out. And Chuck Muncie used to him and Roger Craig were very, very similar in the fact that they could catch out of the backfield and add to even more yards. They were doing circus numbers. Circus. That's what they always said about San Diego back then. They're an aerial circus. Aerial circus.
Also, gotta say, this is a bit random here, but I absolutely hate the Chargers jerseys. Always have. Their new ones, at first I hate it, and I started to like it, but like the ones before with the dark blue and the yellow, I just so bad. There's a lot of 2000 between 2010 and the 2000s and 2010. A lot of those jerseys I don't vibe with. The 49ers jerseys back then, they were atrocious. They were like dark toned with black and some gold, and it was like
it wasn't the scarlet. It was a muted going towards burgundy like look.
Yeah, like a burgundy, and it just did not mesh with the gold, and
it just looked
worse.
We tried to change the logo one time, man, and it was this 4-9 with outside black.
Yeah, I actually saw a TikTok going over the history of that, and everyone just shut it down.
Man. It was like New Coke. New Coke, they tried to make the Coke of
something like that.
Formula. And that ain't
terrible. It looked
a lot of people love those San Diego Chargers powder blue unis. And they like the logo.
First I hated them, but after a while, you're like, okay, I can see what they did there. It's a lot better than the dark blue and
The dark
yellow.
blue, yeah, the dark blue is not. Yeah, the
It's not
logo is
look good.
sweet though. I like that Charger logo. They look lightning bolts. They had shout out to Lance Allworth. Lance Allworth used to be a receiver. He was really, really good way back in the day when they first got started in the AFL. They were very, very formidable then too. The powder blue unis are a classic. Yeah, man. When they throw back. Now, the worst throwbacks ever are those Pittsburgh Steeler ones with the B looking like
Ugh, dude. Yeah, those are bad. Have you seen the new jerseys they're gonna have?
Yeah, I'm interested. Have you seen
Those
them?
look ugly, dude.
Oh,
Ugh.
real?
I made a video on it. Yeah, I've already seen it. It's up there with the Bumblebee jerseys, in my opinion. I don't
no.
like. They have like 3 stripes. It's like 1 stripe in the middle, 2 stripes here, and then it's got like a V-neck looking thing here that goes way. It doesn't. And then I don't like it at all. I'm not a fan of it. You can check it out if you want, but I was not impressed with that one. I don't like the Packers new throwbacks too as well. I got mixed reviews and comments. Some people said they like them. I hated them. The helmet is like, it looks like a Photoshop of an old helmet, like the leathered ones.
Oh, really?
Regular helmet, and it looks so ugly. And then the rest of the colors look like Bears jerseys. Like, and that's what really shocks me is that it's like a dark blue with like the brown, and I guess that's what their jerseys were. But it looks like brown. It looks like Bears jersey. Like this looks like something like the Bears would wear.
I don't know why they. I mean, well, it's nice and nostalgic every now and again, but those be some ugly throwbacks, man. Don't.
Unless you got the creamsicle Buccaneers jerseys, like those look nice.
Those are sweet.
Yeah, like something like that going on, then you bring them back. But
let the pass be the pass.
Yeah. So before we go, there's 2 things I want to bring up.
Go ahead.
I think we should, since we've already done the top 10, we've done our top 5 quarterbacks, our top 5 running backs. I don't think we've done our top 10, our top 5 tight ends and the rest of the positions. I was wondering if you wanted to jump into that next, since we've already done all the GOATs. Maybe like kind of turn it into a series, fun conversation for like GOATs of whatever. We could find our top 5 tight ends. Because the tight end you said, I was shocked by that made the list. So it made me curious for your top 5.
Kellen Winslow?
Yeah, that made your top 5.
Yeah, man. Kellen Winslow was bad. Kellen Winslow was bad, man.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do my research, but I already got my 5. So I thought that'd be a conversation we have.
Top 5 tight ends of all time.
And then I'm pretty sure my top.
It's been some sneaky good ones in here, man. If you go back and look at people like Mike Ditka was a bad tight end.
He was good.
Jackie, it's going to they're going to sneak up on you. Some of the be going, oh, I didn't know those numbers were done. Because I really don't like I can't say I don't like them, but that daggone Gonzalez gets a lot of love. He's got the numbers out of this world, but
a lot of people have 1.
I didn't like. I don't like Gonzalez.
We'll see. We'll see. I feel like you're going to knock him out of the top 5. That's gonna be crazy. But yeah, we'll see how. So spoilers here. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. And then we'll do like offensive linemen, and then we'll go down the list.
All right.
And then my second thing is, I've been thinking about this the entire show after we talked about the offensive linemen and we jumped into this. We need to hold, and I don't mean this in a negative, like he's a piece of shit for saying this, or like he's a Grant Cohn for saying this. But I just think this person needs to be held accountable that if 49ers offensive line isn't top 5, okay, he needs to be held accountable. Dieter and Hutch. Dieter, I think it's Dieter.
Yeah, Dieter.
He said that the 49ers offensive line, I'm telling you, he was confident. I'm telling you right now, will be a top 5 offensive line this year. Don't look like it to me. And so if that's not the case, that dude needs to be held accountable. Because he also said that Ashton Jeanty was not going to be a first-round pick. He also said that.
So
Dude needs to be held accountable.
he's a
for
habitual line stepper.
Yeah. He has these hot takes, and it's like, okay, at some point, you gotta be held accountable for some of these hot takes. Okay, you can't just get away with it so you can get some views. You gotta be held accountable. If I say a hot take, I gotta be held accountable to that hot take. And so
Papa J says he calls them Rem and Stimpy.
so
Just to be,
I like Hutch. I like Hutch. Hutch is chill.
Hutch is chill. I just do.
I like Hutch. Dieter though,
I like Dieter too. I like Dieter too, man. He just comes off and gives you what he says. And no matter how outlandish and uncorroborated he would just say, yeah, I think Brendo's all pro. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, stuff like that, like, whoa, okay. Now you got to be held accountable for some of these takes. And I just want to put it out there that I'm gonna think about that every time the offensive line plays like trash. He's gonna pop in my brain. His deep ass voice, like he loves the sound of his voice, guy, and he's gonna say, and I hear he's gonna be a top 5.
And I think
there's gonna be a top 5 offensive line. No, dude, no.
Yeah.
So I don't mean
he do it like that too. Let me get my Dieter on. Let me get my Dieter on. Oh, there you go. Yes, I think we're top 5. I'm saying it, and I'm sticking with it. He's like Ted Baxter on the news. Yes,
he does like his facial reactions too, where he's like, "Yeah, really, you think that? Yeah, you would believe that?" Like he's such a character.
Yeah, he's like, don't even look at me. I said it. And I'm sticking.
When Larry Krueger says something like, even when Larry Krueger has a hot take or says something that he disagrees with, he goes, "Really? Your source?" Like he just has like this whole like,
you're sticking with that. That's what you believe.
Well, I think you're crazy. Like it just like you can tell when he's upset.
You can think that, but
I like when Larry. I think it's fun TV when Larry and Dieter are on and they disagree. You could tell like one's getting heated and the other one's
that
and they go back and forth.
Yeah, and they know we tune in for that. Like Grant Cohen with his minions out there. The 49ers are not going to win a game this year. Everybody's looking at Brendo. They shouldn't be looking at Brendo. They should be looking at Kyle. Kyle's not going to be anything. It's not going to work.
It always comes back to Kyle every time.
This is what I think.
It's like a lot of people like Cone because it's like this is a whole other conversation, but it's just real quick. It's just like he says funny things.
I just came out of practice, and we just drafted a tight end who can't catch anything. I'm serious. He has feet for hands.
Something like that.
When we had that tight end we got from Alabama, drop two.
Drop two. Yeah, Cameron Latu. Yeah,
he's got like feet for hands.
He's got.
We're not gonna win anything this year.
That was a really good impression there. He got feet for hands. That was a good impression there for sure. Larry's got like the thing about his takes. It's like it's kind of what we talked about. They're low stock takes, as in like, Sebastian Valdez. He's going to be great. He's going to be elite, but you're going to forget about it. Like when he said that, what's his name looked like Emmitt Smith. I can't remember his name.
Thank you.
We picked him up undrafted. And I can't think of his name, Schrader. I think his name was Cody Schrader. I think we picked him up. Called him Emmitt Smith, LaDainian Tomlinson, Barry Sanders, and all that stuff. And now I don't even know where he is.
Yeah, you got to pump the brakes a little bit sometimes, Larry. Hey man, these hallowed names bring hallowed comparisons.
He'll be like Gillette from Louisville this previous draft. Gillette kind of reminds me of LT. He's got that ferociousness.
He's got it.
It's like, I don't know, man. Like
I'm looking at it. Comparisons of LT.
It's like, oh, damn. All
right, dude. His boy Tanner Mordecai, man, he had that was a bad take. That was a 50-cent stock, and that thing tanked. I think it's worth about a nickel. by the nickel. We cut Tanner came back, right? Did he come back? Mordecai?
He's back on the squad, I think, again. Yeah, we cut him. We brought him back. I think that I looked that up actually earlier before we came on. I was like, is Tanner Mordecai still on the team? Because I saw in the comments someone brought it up. But I could have sworn we cut him again, but I guess that's not the case. I thought we cut him, signed him, and then cut him again. But that's not the case. He's still on the team.
Yeah. I think
is Tanner gone again?
Is he gone?
Papa J?
Tanner's
so confusing, dude.
I heard we put him back, and then because the quarterbacks did so bad. Gus, I know Gus out of here. Did they cut Gus yet? Gus Bradley's kid.
He's still in the roster. He's the third quarterback right now. Still, they still believe in him. I'm saying I'd rather see Tanner Mordecai play like shit for the next 2 preseason games than that Carter Bradley guy. I really don't want to see him again.
Oh, poor Carter.
We're going to see him again, and yeah, I want to see that Rourke guy, the guy we picked up. I can't wait. I know he has the ACL injury, but
the Maple Missile, yeah, he's I think he's finally getting his ACL repaired now, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, he played the year with on ACL. That's crazy. Phillip Rivers did something like that. As a matter of fact,
yeah, he played through an injury.
He played through an ACL, man. That dude.
That's level 100 toughness, dude.
That's tough. That's damn tough. That's damn tough. You out there just
it's like physical.
Just strap it up, baby. I can do it.
That's physical and mental toughness. Because if you get hit again in the right, your career could be over. So it's like that, like the mentals and the physical, like you said, just all right, whatever, ACL, just put straps, put some duct tape on it, and I'll go back out there and go through it again.
Run, boy, run, get that Gorilla Glue. And that's tough. I ain't up on that quite yet, man. I ain't got to the third professor, the third Shaolin of toughness.
So just I guess the whole subject of the thing is like we got to hold some of these people to their hot takes, and I know Larry has, but like I said, Larry has low stock. Like saying Tanner Mordecai is going to be better than Jones, I mean setting people up to think that is kind of crazy. I was like, I don't know, man. I haven't seen enough from him or heard enough about him that he was going to be better than Jones. But there's a few you could probably pull up a few where he was being a little too hyperbolic and being a little too into it, especially with draftees, like draft players. Like he really praises the shit out of them.
He means well, man, and he just sometimes you see a spark on a guy. A guy will just flash and show you a little something, man. But it's the consistency over different conditions that you got to let it play out a little bit. You can, at least that's what I do. I see him do some things, and I'll say, okay, let me keep my eye on him. Let me see if he can do it next week. Let me see if he does it in the rain. Let me see if he does it against the number ones. Then I'm able to say, okay, yeah, we're there. But
I think the only high stock take that Larry, like, even if I had a high stock take, he'll hold me accountable as well. Like I said, Mason Graham isn't going to be that good. I think it's going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be that good. Hold me accountable to that, because that's a high stakes hot take. That's not like I think the 6th round pick is going to be great kind of type thing. For him, it's Mikael Williams. He needs to be held accountable. He can't just morph himself into changing his mind and being like, oh, well, I changed my mind during training camp. Looked like it was good. No, you advocated that he is terrible and that he's not going to be good at all.
He still ain't got over Shamar Stewart. Yeah, man.
He still hasn't. Let's trade for him.
How's he doing? How's Shamar Stewart doing?
I have not heard anything about him. The last thing I heard about him, and that's another high stakes take for me, was I think Shamar Stewart's not going to be good at all. Last time I heard, he wasn't doing very well, but I'm not going to jump on that train yet and say I was right until the year is over and see how it goes. but last time I heard, he wasn't doing so well. However, he was out of training camp because he had that whole contract dispute situation happening.
Yeah. They got him in.
Yes, they got him in officially. He's now there training camp. So let him get up to speed. Give him some. He
needs
stuff.
He needs 2 or 3 weeks.
So I'm not going to jump on and be like, I was right, yeah, because of one clip during his first training camp back. I'm not going to jump on that train yet. We'll see how it goes.
Well, with this upcoming game, we get to see. Maybe we'll get to see Genty. He's playing with those Raiders, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I saw a little bit of. Here's a blast from the past. Teddy Buchanan, that linebacker I saw him playing for the Seahawks, right?
What?
I think he's playing for the Seahawks or somebody. The Eagles, the Seahawks,
Ravens.
Somebody got it. Was it the Ravens?
I could have sworn. Yeah, he's Ravens.
Raven, yeah. All right, I saw him playing with the Ravens. He looked okay. He was like at the end of quarter number 3, I want to say. Still in my ball players, but he's good. It was Ravens. Yeah, it was Ravens. I've been seeing so many different games. NFL Network runs all of the preseason games, but they're not in their they're not live. They'll come back and they'll do one live, but then they'll replay every game. And what you have to be when you watch a preseason game on the NFL Network, because I've seen some people get really flustered on this. They will run back or be showing not your commentators, who we had Haberman and who's the big guy? Ryan. Haberman and Ryan. They did the game, but they'll replay the other team's commentators. And I've seen some people say, man, they were really liking the other team better than ours.
So they're using the team commentators.
That's just because of the replay. Don't think that everybody hates the 49ers and only like
I could see that.
The Raiders. It's just that they're running it back from their perspective. I
can imagine that. This team is shit.
Yeah, man. All they talk about is the Broncos.
That's funny.
We got a team here. What about me, Mike? I'm smart. I like your shirt, man. On the I'm not freaking out. Out.
Hey, man.
Good effects on there. Man, y'all check out Wolfie's shorts.
I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to do. And freak out, man.
That was gold, man. That was good.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I saw the sound on TikTok, and I was like, oh, I got to make a video on that because that just makes me feel that way. So I made a TikTok on that. But, yeah, for some reason, like even if it's a meaningless playoff, it's about the players than it is the actual score. It still kind of hurts. I don't know why. Like it's still kind of like you see 30-9, and it's like, okay, it's not about that, but you're just like, why does that hurt? Why does it still kind of sting? I don't know why.
It's like they're gonna bring it up if we play. We beat y'all in the preseason 30-9.
Yeah, they're gonna bring that up 39
with our starters in your second string.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Raiders one, where I saw a TikTok of someone saying, "Oh, see, the 49ers lost to the bum Denver Broncos, and we're playing this week. We're gonna crush them." And it's like, it's preseason, dude. Like, what the hell's happening? But Raiders fans are jumping on it.
Yes, it's rehearsal. We're just trying out for the band, dude. We're not at Carnegie Hall.
Genty getting 3 carries for -1 yards is not saying like that's who he is. Even though I do think I think Genty is not going to have a great year, maybe next year, but I do think that he's going to have an okay year because that offensive line is utter garbage for the Raiders. Like it's terrible. And we talk about all the time how like your offensive line matters.
Yeah.
Running back.
Yes.
I think Genty's going to have a bad year. People are going to jump on the wagon that he's trash, and it's like, dude, he's got like a bottom 5, bottom 10 O-line he's working with. It's not good.
Just buy your stock and wait on it. It takes a bit to mature.
One year doesn't define a player, like I always say. So, yeah.
Another year, Brady's boring commenting. Crazy Juice.
He's gotten better.
I like my boy, man, but every time he does a game with us, usually lose. So I'm like, oh,
There's one game we won. There was one game we
like,
won.
Dag, you my goat, man, but you kind of janky. Stay away. Don't do our games every time.
So I am, but to kind of like make everything come full circle here, I am paying attention to the draftees that I believed in and I want the 49ers to get.
Yeah.
And so like Mike Green is one of them. I've seen he did good. Or Monange. Was it Monange? No, it was Ollie Gordon. He got drafted by the Dolphins. He played really well for the Dolphins. I was right about him. He was one of my top five running backs in the draft.
Okay.
He's looking really good, especially in the passing game. That I saw. Who else? Jackson Slater. I know that was Larry Kruger's guy. He did really well for the Titans. He allowed 0 pressures, 0 sacks, and all that. He was one of the top 10 rookie offensive linemen in the preseason. So I'm seeing some notable names get praised that I believed in. I think you believed into as well, and stuff like that. It's just interesting to see how these players worked out and been like, okay, we could have got them.
No, Red Jet. Daniel Spencer died. Oh no. I was just looking at the Doobie Brothers episode of What's Happening this morning. And D was in there popping smart, man. And wow. And Red Jet, and I'll go further. She reminded me of you. Because in the content creation universe, you've always been kind of like D, my little sister showing up and just I swear today, for whatever reason, I was looking at the Doobie Brothers episode of it was on YouTube. I'm gonna tell you how I started. Shout out to Cam Little. Cam Little is the kicker who kicked 70 yards. And I was putting together a short for that. And I was looking at Disney Gus, the kicking mule. And then right under Gus, the kicking mule, was What's Happening episode with the Doobie Brothers. And I just looked at that today. That is wow. Wow, man. What's Happening that was my show, man. I used to watch that every day. I can look at What's Happening, Good Times, The Jeffersons, Sanford and Son in the first 10 seconds. I can tell you the whole episode. I can play the whole episode out for you because I've seen so many of them. And I'm getting that way with Martin too. Those are my favorite, some of my favorite sitcoms ever. But yeah, Daniel Spencer played the little sister D to Roger, Rerun, and Dwayne on What's Happening. Their mama name was they called her mama so much, but she was played by the great Mabel King. So, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. She passed away yesterday.
Yeah.
Man, that was my girl, D. And my wife's name is D. So it makes me think about D. I'm getting sidetracked. What were you saying, man?
I'm sorry, man. No, you're familiar with that person. I understand. Got to give a shout out and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
D passed away. Poor D. Does anybody have a birthday before we get off? Pause. Yeah. And not hide it. Tanisha, you don't have an anniversary or hit Publishers Clearinghouse or something. Okay.
All right. Well, it seems clear. I think we're in the clear.
The comments are getting ready to clear up. My mom's birthday. Shout out to your mom. It was on the 16th. Tanisha holding the spread. Happy birthday again, Miss Tanisha.
Happy birthday.
2 hours and 33 minutes.
Before we go, though, I know you're about to sign off right now. I just want to say this because I think, our next show will be after this. So I want the 49ers to beat the Raiders. I know it's just a preseason game, but I'm already seeing people talk. I'm already seeing Raiders fans talk shit like I mentioned earlier. And I'm sorry.
See, you can't fall into that.
Now they're causing problems.
We were just
a preseason game. No. Tanner Mordecai, Carter Bradley,
We
you need to show up and have the game of your life, man. Okay, you're gonna play in the second quarter, all in the last.
We were just talking about, hey, these preseason guys. Yeah, we just want to see. You just want to see. You know what? We need to beat the Raiders.
Raiders. They need to go down. We need to beat the Raiders.
You need to beat these Raiders.
Yeah,
this one's for real. This one's for Cal. you like Randolph and Mortimer. Cal, turn those machines back on. Put those starters back out there.
I need to see Fred Warner, Nick Bosa in the third quarter. Okay?
I want to see all the starters on them all the way to third quarter.
They can't have any good plays whatsoever. I can't see that shit. So yeah,
I don't care who's injured. Get them together. Phillip Rivers is out there on the torn ACL. Get him out here.
For sure.
Yeah,
sign Tom Brady for one game. Yeah. Even though he's the Raiders owner, like give him on. Like,
how you going? I'm sure that's a direct conflict somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. They couldn't do that. Yeah,
they're gonna take two draft choices for that one.
So that's my PSA for the end of the show. That's my PSA.
Copy that.
And people need to stop throwing doodles, okay, on courts, because that happened again.
I did not know that was actually happening until you said something. And people say, "Oh yeah, man, it's a big thing." Yeah, they pause. It's a big thing happening. They're throwing their things on the court, which opened a whole nother conversation because people like if they're checking the people coming in the stadium and you didn't find it. How did you get it in?
You're seeing a lot of TikToks of people going as they're walking in. I saw a TikTok of a guy hide it? I saw a TikTok of a guy saying, "Dude, we already did it. Now it's your turn." He's like, "But I have to." He's like, "Yeah, man, it's your turn. You got to do it. Can it be a small one?"
Little thimble.
So
this is crazy.
It's such an interesting. Yeah, you're wondering how they get that in there, I guess, and stuff. But yeah, it's
it's all love, Terra Dome. I appreciate you every time you're on YouTube. Thank you so much, Miss Tanisha. And speaking of appreciation, I was on phone with my mother, Margaret Terra, in the building, showing love.
Turn the who's.
Hey, Mama, we was talking about old memories, old neighborhoods, and old times. I'll talk to you a little bit later on this afternoon, Mom. We'll pick back up.
She showed up at the wrong time because we started talking about,
she says she watches, but she doesn't like to comment because y'all are gonna change your personas. People are like, "Oh man, he's Mama," I don't want to tell you how effing bad Brindle is. So she says, "I just let it go until you're about to go, and then I'll say hi." But she be here, and happy birthday to my aunt Bessie Ann Burley. It is a belated birthday. Mom got on me for not saying anything because she dropped something in the end of the chat too, Miss Tanisha. It must be I don't know. Y'all be thinking about something else and say, "Oh yeah," just when I was closing. But my aunt Bessie Ann is, to keep it short, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry owes me money.
Oh shit!
Because his Medea character acts like my aunt Bessie Ann. Bessie Ann took no shorts. That's my aunt, boy. If you got issues, you go get Aunt Bessie Ann on there, man. And we're gonna handle this real quick. Yeah, Bessie Ann do not play. But she is my girl. She's always had my back no matter what I've gone through. Her and to juxtapose it, this is how great marriage is. The coolest uncle I have ever had, and you could ever imagine, is her husband, Willie, who we call, he's so cool. Check this out, Wolfie. Willie is so cool. His nickname is Woo. Do you know how cool you got to be to have the nickname Woo? He don't get rattled on anything. It could be a riot going on, and Willie would come in there and say, "Looking pretty serious out there, but I think we be all right here. It's chilling." Yeah, yeah, that's Woo. Shout out Bessie Ann.
Shout out. Woo.
Woo, yeah, Woo is cool, man. Cool. That'll be it, man. I guess we'll get together next week. Next Thursday. Yeah, it'll be next Thursday. I'll have a couple of shows on the Tuesdays in between, or a Thursday and a Tuesday. Wednesday night in my own window. Next Wednesday, I'll be on Red and Gold, East Coast Red and Gold with my girl Jess, and more will be coming for that. I'm tentatively set for the 20th on there, and that's at night, so it'll be the nighttime is the right time. Are you gonna watch the game live, or how are you gonna do the game?
I don't have the NFL packages or anything like that. So what I do is I watch the clips that you see on YouTube or TikTok and stuff like that. You can watch all the snaps of pretty much every player on there. So I've been watching. I've been waiting for like the game to be over or like a release on TikTok or YouTube. I'll watch all the snaps of Cam Ward, Tyler Shador, and stuff like that, and keep track.
Shout out to Shador Sanders, man. Had a good game out there. Told you the kid
he
played. Told you the dude. Yeah. I don't know what these people was thinking.
We're not crowning him yet.
Okay. Right, whoa. He's a solid quarterback. Very, very solid from a Power 5. Good pedigree. The guy can play. The guy can play. I don't know.
He played good. Yeah, he played good. Yeah, I thought he played good. He showed some talent there. We'll see how he does for the next 2 games, and then if he wins the job, what he does in the regular season, and go from there. But you got it. If you're coming from an evaluation of a preseason game, the very first one, in an evaluation, did he play good? Did he not play good? He did play good for that game for sure. And really, the funny thing is, like, every quarterback in this draft that supposedly wasn't that good of a quarterback draft, everyone played good for their first preseason. Shook played good, in my opinion. He had that pick 6, yeah, but he came back and threw a 60-yard bomb. That was pretty amazing. He came back and played good. Jackson Dart played really good, in my opinion, too. Shador played good. Cam Ward played good. Like, everyone played good. Like, it was actually shocking. Usually like one of them or 2 or 3 like look terrible. Like, they don't look, but
yeah, you're not NFL ready. I'm just speaking in terms of it's a lot of people say he's just a bust, he's a bum, and that's why he's in the 5th round and stuff like that. I saw a decent quarterback. I'm not saying the best ever. We're gonna be talking about a GOAT, but I think he can play NFL quarterback. Give him time, and he can make the right reads. And if it ain't there, he'll take off on you and get a first down. That's what you need in the NFL. That's what I saw.
My ceiling for Shador during the draft process was either he's going to be a backup or he's going to be a quarterback between 15 and 20. That was my ceiling for him. Obviously, you have like a top 10 and like you think it's stuff like that, but I don't think he was going to be bad where he should have been drafted in the 5th round. No, I think he should have been drafted a little obviously other than that. So I do agree with you. That dot he threw in the end zone.
Oh, in between
like 3, like traffic and just nailed it. Praise. You deserve praise for that throw. Yeah, that was incredible. That could either have been the downfall of your praise, or that could, or you got the praise that you got for that throw. That was a gutsy, very accurate, very precise, like thread the needle type throw.
Yeah, that won't quarterback 101 there. That was some 301 there. He's really good, I like him. He's a good kid. And I know the showy stuff is a little bit much for a lot of, people. Just show them the ball. Just give the referee the ball. Just be a good, upstanding. These kids are younger, man. They are branded, and it's he grew up different. It's just different. Who is it? Diana Ross's daughter was on an interview talking. She said, I was at at home when I was a little girl, and Marvin Gaye would come over or Barry Gordy. It's just different. It's different. You came over different. My uncles come by when I'm a kid, but when you're calling them Uncle Marvin or Michael Jackson stopped by today, you come up different. And if you're a Sanders kid, it's different for you. Hey, Tom Brady just showed up. Hey, look at that. Right, it's Tuesday. Michael Irvin's here. It's just you came up different. You're gonna see different things, and it's gonna affect you a little bit. You're not starstruck, and you feel like you belong where you belong. And to some people, that comes off as arrogance. Uh, it's a few other adjectives that comes off as to them, but keep in mind these kids grew up way different than you will ever imagine. That's all right. With that said, let me get on out of here. I want to appreciate and thank everybody who stayed with us this 2 hours and 59 minutes and 56 seconds. We're cutting it down here, ladies and gentlemen. So share it, follow it. God bless each and every one of you. Remember, we walk by faith and not by sight. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you so much.